For inspiration.
Mute.
I promised Floof I would pay them back inspiration, so I shall do.
What's that?
Let's see.
You don't have to
Last
pay me back.
session.
Floof is like the inspiration printer.
I have so much inspiration.
Get one every week.
Like, you don't have to pay me back.
They are an inspiration printer. They're guaranteed one every week because they doodle.
Alright, let's just...
Anyways, continue.
Alright. We started... Oh, just after the vision, wasn't it?
Yes.
Right. Had a vision with Iamade and a Kazalan. Got some questions answered, which unfortunately did not quite pan out as I had hoped. Turns out he doesn't, in fact, know everything. Big shocker.
Bad.
Sad.
My patron is not all-knowing.
False advertising.
That's where mine is.
After the vision, we awoke to some changes. Ixen was now tiny. Ada was now deaf and looks blind, but is not in fact blind. Also has no capability to swing swords anymore. John now
I'll
looks
be
like
back.
a walking corpse.
I still have a +8 sword swinging ability.
How?
Cause fuck you, that's how.
You
Sword.
have 18 dex?
Nope, it's strength based.
Anyways,
Oh,
carry
and
on.
then a plus. I'm like, how? Magic weapons, that's how. Yeah, John looks like a walking corpse. We then got to search the archives. Found that there was some sort of vague rivalry that went down between the King of Kalbesh and his brother at the end of said brother's life. He got corrupted by something, imprisoned in a tomb. The first King of Kalbesh, I should mention. Let's see. John tinkered. Paul did Paul things. What did Ada research? I don't remember.
Ada thinks.
Ada researched something. Deshow researched Morganon. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of info.
That's what Ada searched too.
We found a possible ruin underneath the temple, but given the disintegration trap, no one really wanted to mess with it too much. We finished up our research, went back to the capital, picked up some magic items, including an anti-scrying crystal and a unicorn spirit reflavored as a phoenix spirit magical item. Went back to Sonata, grabbed some more magical items, and then decided to go after Saraye. In Campside, Floofster nearly drowned in the ocean. Renea saved her due to clever use of a magical item she had purchased previously for this exact purpose. Ada did discover that there was a tunnel leading down behind the wall with the disintegration trap with use of clairvoyance and her oracle powers. Renea got drunk. Floof got drunk. Good times. Went back to Sonata, met Renea's family. Renea decided to enroll her siblings in the Arca Nostra because she wanted them to have a promising future. And it turns out they are also possible candidates for being used in a world-destroying sacrifice.
And then John
And then
had to
Floof and
update
Baz
the
went to a
contract.
tavern. And John had to update his contract to include all the siblings now because, yes, the 6-year-old is probably a viable sacrifice too, but we haven't checked that. She's 6. Well, we'll just assume she is.
Everybody's on the contract now, and it's now a bit more of an official contract, so you know what? We're doing better.
And I think that was everything, right?
Sounds about it.
And then Renea would have, told her family about the whole world-ending possibility, at least her parents.
Indeed.
And I guess that same day would have popped off 2 sendings, one to Daniel. Hey, the twins are like us, just so you know, and rolled them in the Arcanostra. And to the Archmage that came with Daniel. My twin brothers are in Sonata. They have Divine Sorcerer potential, and the same bloodline issues that I do. This is Renea.
You will need to roll a d100 for me, real quick.
Alright?
Oh, you roll on Dice Channel.
Yeah.
I always check map tools first. I'm like, wait, nope, you're not on map tools.
80.
All right, one more time.
$47.
All right. Let's see here. There's a bit of a panic response from Daniel. Concern within his voice as he is basically checking in to see if they're all right and if everything's covered on your end. Does he need to come back? Type of thing. As for the Archmage of Transmutation, I believe that's what his role was. He'd be a little more calm in his response. Calm and collected, all that good stuff. I will send an escort to protect them. I expect Templars within the manor within the next. Let's see, you'll be able to do it within the next hour.
He works fast. And then when the Templars show up, she'll kind of explain that, yeah, we're going after the terrorists, so we can't stay here ourselves. You know.
Where's my cup? Oh no, my cup's missing. Oh, there it is. Found it. Aha! Not to worry, ma'am. We will protect your siblings.
I have to do it.
Look, I had to grab a cup. It adds the echoey helmet ambience.
Now, if she was going to be 100% in character, she would retire now and stay back with her family, but I don't want to retire her, so...
There you go.
Darn.
Alright, so...
Wait, why do you have an actual helmet?
Wait, oh, you're streaming yourself again? Oh, I see.
Everything will be okay, man. It's fine. Don't worry. We're good. It's fine.
Basically, yeah.
He's had that thing for years.
I should get myself a helmet. I have chainmail and technically a breastplate. But
That
I
is
don't have
an
a helmet.
amazing helmet.
Anyways, the Templar will move in to the house and help provide protection for those within. And inform your parents and all that about what's going on. But yes, there we go. That short bit of business has been covered. You guys are within the second largest city within the country of Kalbush, known as Sonata. What would you like to do?
I think the plan is to use some sort of teleportation circle thing to go to Stag's Glen or Belendrin's Hold or something like that.
There is a way shrine outside the city and a way shrine in Belendrin's Hold. So I think that was the plan.
So you wish to
More aptly,
transport to an Amelfia's Glade.
So
then.
who wants to buy the food tokens? Because we should get some before we go. 'Cause they are very
I
helpful.
have like 200 gold, so probably not me.
How much is it?
Depends on the grade.
I'm fairly light. Actually, that could be a fucking lie.
And it also depends on the type, if you're wanting to go standard or a long-lasting one.
Floof is loaded if these cheat values are
I was
accurate.
muted. I was muted. Yeah, I was gonna say Floof is happy to get some of those.
Mason's
They're
actually
probably just
surprisingly
like
wealthy.
normal, but
Oh, I probably should bring up your item lab. Or not item lab, your loot sheet. That's helpful for me too. There we
Yeah,
go.
assuming the loot sheet is accurate, Ada's broke. I'm nearly broke. Floof and Mason have all the money in the party.
I need to update that actually.
Man, Floof, you
have
are rolling in cash right now.
And Vaz has $0.
Don't worry about it. That's fine.
Floof
I
isn't a
have
big
no money.
Alright.
The hell are you talking about? I got money.
Yeah, it's you weren't there when the loot sheet was brought up. If you go to Item Lab and click into the pins, it should be the second one there. That is where you can start editing the loot sheet and adding your stuff to it so people know what you have.
Holy shit, Floof has a lot of money.
Yeah, you all have access to this document, and you're free to add things, your own personal
And
stuff.
I already added like your name to the coinage section, replacing Kenna's.
And then in the super items, you can see like who is attuned and who has the more fun, powerful items.
It's true.
Here we go. It's better.
Oh, I'm going to change this to
Wondrous
soul.
chest. It's a wondrous the poncho of defense.
Anyways, yeah.
Okay.
So, you guys are wanting to
should
purchase some
probably-
food tokens then?
Yes.
Alright, it's easy enough to do. Just mark in
Oh, it's
Item Lab
important.
what grade you're purchasing. The equipment guide should have them and their cost. For ideas for those who are unaware of what they do, essentially the tier of the food token determines how many benefits you gain from it. The benefits of which are posted on page 70 of the equipment guide. They are things such as like temporary HP, additional movement speed, ability to gain a single D4 that can be added to any D20 roll, things that might be applied on higher tier tokens such as advantage on all ability checks, such as like through the enhanced ability spell, ability to re-roll a single failed saving throw, with additional uses depending on the tier of the token, additional damage on your melee and ranged attacks, ability to dash as a bonus action a couple times, resistance to the first non-magical damage type you suffer, things like that. So, and the quality of the cook can add additional benefits to that list, but that is the general thing you're looking at there. So, from that, you then have different tiers and types of food tokens. So you have the standard tiers 1 through 5, which determines how many benefits you can choose each time you eat it. You then have the type, which is standard or long-lasting. Long-lasting has a shelf life of 1 year before it goes bad for tier 1, or 6 months for tier 3, or 3 months. I need to edit that because it says 1 week, or 3 months for tier 3. So 6 for tier 2, 3 for tier 3, 1 year for tier 1. And if it is a standard token or higher tier than 3, it has a shelf life of 1 week. So essentially, if you don't use it within a week, it will go bad and be worthless.
Does Purify Food and Drink revert that, or no?
Nope.
And this
The
is why we
mag-
have a bag of preservation.
Yeah, it will still be edible, but the magic within the enchantment fades.
I do apologize. Just I always forget about the loot sheet. My hat is not on there. Is the hat also going to be?
It's not on there?
I didn't see it.
Let's see,
I
called
could
it
be
the
blind.
catnap hat. Catnap cap, maybe.
Catnap cap is an amazing name.
Let me...
Um,
I don't see it on there either. Let me go grab it
that's
and put it
fine.
on there.
And the poncho, I changed the poncho to be +2 now, but so I just don't know the specifics on the acid resistance and the cold.
Oh,
I don't know
is
your
that
rules on
poncho
that,
on here?
but it is. It's just it wasn't edited to its new form.
Okay.
So
okay, let me go grab that. Those are my secret magic items guide, so...
okay, fancy.
Control F. Oh my goodness, let me search the document, not Google. There we go, Poncho Defense. Here we go. Copy. You're gonna replace that one with the new words. That is what your thing does. There's your new Poncho update. I'm gonna go find your cat now. Cat.
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Did you just give John intimidation expertise?
It's what the thing did.
He did. I
What?
don't know if that's what I purchased. I went for the cold resistance. Though
You sure? Because the thing just said elemental resistance on downtime. So I rolled randomly for the type.
Oh. God, yeah. Hey, you know what? I won't argue. I guess I do need to buy warm clothes. Actually, I had no reason to be warm on the entire ride up. Ew, my bad. Okay, but the acid, yes, was absolutely necessary.
Alright, and I have now added at the very bottom of the list your catnap cat. Catnap cat.
Oh, wonderful.
There we go.
Okay.
It's
Later,
not super
I'll-
important, but I don't see the new items we picked up, either the divination blocking or the
Not even.
unicorn spirit
Or the lightning rod.
Unique.
or the lightning rod.
Okay.
That's all in item lab though. So
Yeah. Alright, we put the lightning rod on here.
Okay, amazing.
Lightning rod.
Okay. Well, I'm now expertised. This is kind of sick.
Yeah, those are not on my guide, so I'll have to add those. I think I know why I didn't add them to my guide, is because you guys needed to give them a name, because they were just the enchantment.
ah,
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
let's see here.
Mind.
I do have a name for my magic item.
Yep, shoot it.
Hope Eternal.
Hope Eternal. Alright.
A pendant carved into the shape of a phoenix.
Ooh.
And the unicorn spirit is actually a phoenix spirit. Same.
Okay.
Badass.
Alright. There we go. I can add more stuff to that, so it's more attuned to the actual naming conventions and stuff I use for these, but for right now, there we go. Hope
While John is in town, then just
Chris.
give me a price. I'll be purchasing some warm clothes just in case.
15 gold.
15. Cool. Done. Gone. I will.
Alright. And do you have a name for your
Oh, we
Aura of
do.
Non-Detection?
To update my
The Scrying Shield.
Alright.
Where's
Scrying Shield.
my expertise?
Who is carrying the Scrying Shield?
I believe it's attunement, right?
Yep.
I believe we had to give it to John since he's like the only one with open
That's right.
attunement slots.
Okay, that's news to me. We have 3 attunement slots, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then that is my last one because my poncho is now. I didn't know that was attunement. So I have the poncho, that shield, I guess, and the reins.
Excellent.
To be fair, the Scrying Shield discussion was months ago, to be
Yes.
honest.
Yes. Okay. Sick.
There you
Cool.
go. There's your setups. If I forget anything else, I can easily add it. It's but that should be
I've
good.
been-
So if you guys are good to purchase things, yeah, the guide has prices, but if it doesn't have a price, let me know and I can get you stuff for you. Once you guys are ready, give me them R's in chat so I can get an idea when you guys are actually ready to set off to the portal and go to Nemelthia's Glade, and from there to.
I've been ready.
Yeah, and I figured most of you are ready, but someone mentioned they wanted to buy things, so I was like, let's do the thing.
Renee will just like buy 5 gold worth of knickknacks for her siblings
Aha!
before she leaves.
Ah, sibling tags.
Indeed.
Yes, the obligatory sibling tax.
Yep. Remember to bring back a tooth.
I'm just always.
By the way, how much was it for the food tokens?
Depends on the type of token.
See this?
It's if
Bag
you
of
go to the
holding.
equipment guide and go to page 71 is where the price is listing. The effects are on page 70. So if you look at like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, etc., that is how many effects you can choose when you eat the token. So that'll determine which ones you want to buy.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh, I see my rations. My 3 flasks.
Let's see here. Yeah, when you guys are ready, do text chat in general rather than map tools, just so I can all in one place.
I thought I have a cold iron whip on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, things that I have that I look through my extensive list of inventory. Warm clothes. There we go. Just then on here, I need to lower my money. John, my gold. There we go. Slap that's rich.
2, 3, 4. 4 victims.
Do you guys know that Chuck E. Cheese's full name is Charles Entertainment Cheese?
Go
I
away.
did know that.
Leave me alone.
There are many things I say just to disturb Ethan. That's one of them.
Oh, and the Scrying Shield. That's all my stuff. Okay, that just a wee bit of bookkeeping.
Any consumables you want to purchase? Anything like that?
Oh, crap. Don't give me this now.
I think I have 10 days of rations.
We've got... I appreciate it. I'm now just like, no, yeah, because we've got those out the ass. I have my magical cigars. I am big set. There's the E.
Excellent. That is 5. 6, I can count. 6 victims. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mason is on there twice, so it's
Oh.
only 5.
It is 5. I'm just going to delete
My
that.
goblet of flowing water.
We're waiting on the slow internet people.
Yeah.
What's the description of the Scrying Shield? I've got a...
We were talking about how many tokens to buy.
That's what I figured.
Well. Alright, that's
It's a
6
badge.
victims.
More pins
So
and
this is
things
some
going
joke.
onto my hat, it seems. For information, in case
You're
there's
not muted.
ever
I
needed,
couldn't mute in time.
the Scrying Shield badge little pin is on John's hat with the rest of any pin type items he has.
Excellent. Alright. How many you buying?
I am getting 8 tier 2s.
Long
and,
or standard?
4 long lasting. Standard. And then 4 long lasting ones.
Gotcha. So 2, 2, 8, and 4.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. Alright, are you ready, JC? You're the one we're waiting on now.
So it was 8 tier 2 standard and 4 tier 1 long lasting.
Oh, it's tier 1 long lastings. And 4 of those. Okay.
Mhm.
Very
Yeah, a total of 732 gold.
good. Excellent, excellent. Mark it off your sheet and use Gouda. Alright. God damn it, Paul. I know you're Max, but I instantly saw Pog and I refused to say Pogger, so I said Paul.
John, you better bitch your ass, but
Alright,
Yeah!
that is all 7 E's
I
required.
wish I was carried in
So,
a side holster
With
like a
that,
baby.
you guys make your way out
This one not
of
consumption.
town, eastwards
17.
towards the Way Shrine. Let me zoom on in. I don't think I gave you guys a token on this. I did not. Let me go plop one of those down. We don't need that. Ignore those tokens. Here we go.
Wait, hold on. Is that now an appreciable travel distance outside of town since you changed the map scaling?
Probably, yeah. Party. Here we go.
I swear, last time we walked this only took us like 10 minutes. Why is it taking us
Whoa.
several hours now?
There we go.
These things
Alright.
happen.
So, let's see here. Making your way down that way, you're looking at that, which means we are going with a slow moving or fast pace.
Oh yeah, I'm now the highest,
Yes.
Yeehaw. Amazing. We're still gonna go medium, that doesn't change anything, but...
Okay. In that case, it will take you an hour and a half to reach the Way Shrine.
Oh, no.
I don't like
Oh,
this new
okay.
world scaling, Sage. It makes
Well,
me sad.
I realized
actually,
that it was
okay, no, hold on,
like
sorry.
an eighth the size of Earth when it's supposed to be half the size of Earth, so it's a big issue.
I completely misheard. No, if we're just going from the gates to the Way Shrine on the road, we can fucking yeehaw go fucking fast. We can...
It's still an hour and like a 15 minutes, but you know, you did save some time.
Yeah, I get it.
All right,
Sure.
easy clap. As you guys make your
Clap
way
and a
to
half.
the Sonata Way Shrine and breathe deep of the what's the word for it? Mercury within, and travel. Making your way out to there and into this. Now within
God, I
the
hate that so much.
deep underdark within, or beneath, more appropriately, Valendrin's Hold, next to Melfia's Glade. Let me go change the ambience. Copy. Music. You find yourself within the cavern, and all is calm.
I have a question about your world scaling, Sage. Did you forget the square cube law with like volume? Is that why it was an eighth instead of a half?
Yeah. There was issues. But yes, making your way outwards, you finally reach Valendrin's Hold, or more appropriate, beneath it, to the Rowena Way Shrine. And here, there is the cavern that opens up into the Underdark with a northerly, or more like northwesterly direction, and then a south-southeasterly direction that leads to Melfia's Glade. I assume you all make it to Melfia's Glade rather than going to explore the Underdark.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey guys, I don't know. We could cancel the session right now. Sage doesn't have the Underdark ready.
Look,
You know?
I actually have many maps that I made for random encounters in the Underdark. So if you guys did do that, I also have many Underdark creatures macroed, so I could do it. It'll be very much off the rails, where I'm like, okay, let's see what's happening here. But
He called my bluff. He called my bluff. Run, no, leave. He called my bluff.
It's Underdark monsters, flee!
Yep.
I don't even care about that. He called my bluff.
All right. Here we go.
Should probably talk to Melfia before we leave.
I-
See if she's managed to track her down.
All right. And you guys find yourself within a large underground jungle filled with mushrooms, flowers, trees, vines, and strangely enough, the ground, unlike before, for those who were here previously, is no longer squishy and filled with black ooze, but is grass covered and nice and pleasant. You can actually see a few like monarch butterflies fluttering about.
Note
No.
to
Oh,
self.
Floof would like to go catch one of those butterflies.
Note
Make
to self.
me acrobatics.
Maybe bring Willow and Miles here for a picnic. It's gotten a lot nicer.
All right. And I assume you guys make your way up to the tree.
Yes.
Or do you guys
Yeah.
would like?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't planning on having this one, but I remember you guys saying something in like campsite about going to talk to Melfia, so I was like, I probably should load this map in. All right.
I got a 15.
15. All right. Well, you don't have any net, so butterfly nets or anything like that. So you do manage to catch one, but as
But I
soon
am a
as you
cat.
open your paws to look at it, it flutters out. But you did catch one. Now, as
Good
you guys
job.
approach the large oaken tree, it is no longer gnarled, covered in cobwebs, and oozing a black ichor, but is fresh. It looks to be ancient, but unharmed from any of the poison that once filled it. You can see that there is a near full moon altar at the base, with a full moon at the base of that has a stair leading up to the actual altar. And there you are.
My oh my.
Go grab tokens because I assume you're going to call out to her pretty soon.
Much nicer than the last time we were here,
I just realized I didn't delete this. Go check the other ones.
and we all nearly died. Ada actually did die.
Overall, pretty good rate.
Swear.
I think we're doing just. Yeah, it went just fine. Nobody died permanently.
Ixon also attempts to go attack the butterflies.
All right.
He does not win. He got a 5.
Unfortunate. Butterflies
But
are
he
too
looked-
He
powerful
is but a
for
small
Ixon.
dragon.
He looked great while doing it.
Yes, you approach the tree. All is calm. You can see that the warm sunshine from above is pouring down upon you, as now that the Vlendrance hold has vanished back into the proper timeline, the massive crater within the ruin has left a large opening to above. It gives sunlight down here.
Look at you, fancy man.
It is still somewhat chilly, but it is nice being in the warmth of the sunlight, as you guys are getting pretty close to winter time. It is, the 13th of November after all, so it's, it's pretty chilly. Especially being
Hace
underground.
frío.
But yes, that tree is before you. Surprisingly, there's no snow down here.
John is, by the way, wearing his warm clothes underneath his poncho and such. Nothing fancy there.
Renea will approach the tree, I guess, and call out, Nemelphia, are you there?
A moment passes before you see that the bark within the base of the tree begins to morph into that of a feminine form, somewhat childlike, as they make their way out.
Ah, she is still very small.
So, anyways, I'm small.
I am
Step out on the
very
altar.
small.
Basically.
Let's see here, DM view, here we go. You have returned with new companions. 1 second, I have to check to see if she senses the stench of death upon Tiana. I have to drop her actual token, her combat token, because that has got her stats.
Oh, sure.
Macros. So don't worry about the fact I'm about to drop evil Nemelphia, but yeah.
Is this what happens when Nemelphia has traumatic flashbacks? She goes into her evil form again?
Now, this does not count as being
+8.
in town, so also how does she react to John?
You are not wearing your mask, that is correct. Okay, that's 2 people. Let's see here. That is for her, and that's for you. She doesn't seem to notice any, or doesn't seem to pay any real attention to Tiana. She does notice them, but it's not like, kill the non-believer type of thing. She does glance over at John, though. I sense a curse within you since we last met.
Yeah, a lot of fun's happened. Would you believe that I'm not the biggest fan of Iamade? That's not what we're here for.
No,
Bit of humor.
I imagine not.
We've come seeking Soraya. Do you have any new information on her? Or her whereabouts?
She will pause a moment and begin to, let me go back into DM view so I can grab access to my notes on my actual stats. Actually, I'm just going to Control X and put that in my Nemelphia. There we go. Got it. We don't need that one now. Alright. Let's see here. I have a +12. She will close her eyes. You can see some of her vines that kind of like drape over her shoulder begins to snake their way down to the ground, kind of like draping over the altar and burrow themselves into the earth. As she pauses a moment. I don't sense her in the wood anymore. She's no longer within her mother's domain.
Shit.
I still sense some semblance of a power there. A corruption.
Can you discern the nature of the corruption?
Let's see here. 25 on the roll. Let me go to the layer map real quick, see what she's specifically sensing so I can get a description for you. Oh dear god, this map
Please
is
don't.
23 assets.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let's see. Just erase the token layer so I can see what I need to look at. I sense an intrusion. A portal to some place vile. Something that reeks of death.
Not again.
It's not quite the same as the last one. It is not
Oh.
demonic in nature. But it is not pleasant. The energies that pour from it are damaging the roots there. It's making it difficult to see fully. She seems somewhat pained as she continues to dig and look into the area. There's a great presence of death there, but also life. She'll open her eyes, the vines recede back into her. I don't think I can gather anything else from that, but there is a portal within its heart. And it is active.
Would I be able to make an educated guess about where that portal might lead?
Give me an Arcana.
Just spitballing here, the Shadowfell.
14.
That's unfortunate. You have no idea.
Could I try?
Yep, Arcana.
Fuck it, we're all trying now. I have Arcana proficiency now.
I don't. I'll try.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Renee has no clue. Oh, it's Hades! I know about this. Spoiler alert, it's not actually Hades.
26.
25. Damn it. God damn. I was feeling good about that, man.
Floof knows nothing.
Alright, so...
Floof definitely knows the word Arcana.
Floof saw a bug. That was cool.
Yep.
I saw a shiny bug.
For
It was
You
pretty
guys, there's
Mason,
bugs here.
because of your particular lores, you actually have an easier time at this. John, you don't actually have any lores that go to this, but you're also a mercenary, so, I mean, you've probably dealt with some things of a similar nature in your time as a mercenary.
Cool.
So let's see here. What's the name of this domain? One second. I can't remember the name. Boneyard. You recognize this most likely as a portal to the Boneyard. For those unaware, the Boneyard is the realm of Pharasma, the deity of death, or more appropriately, the afterlife within the Calbeshian, or more appropriately, the Kydran pantheon.
This goddess of death. It sounds like a goddess. Are they neutral or evil?
Roll me religion. But
Oh, no.
the Boneyard itself isn't a heavily tied towards any one major alignment. It is neutral. It is a place where the souls of the dead mortals go to be judged by Pharasma. It contains an interplanar entity, or I won't really call it a structure or anything like that. Geographical feature, maybe. Essentially, it contains the River of Souls. There are many different names for this river, but it connects through many different planes of existence. Most people would know it as the River of Styx.
John would
what else
think a moment, looking over to the show. Boneyard?
Also know
Boneyard.
this place, this Boneyard, is the home of the Psychopomps. The Reapers.
That's just a bad name.
It is a horrible
The
name.
Reapers.
The Reapers. They are a type of outsider akin to like demons and devils, angels, and so on and so forth. But they are specifically neutral aligned. They are the beings that act as death. They reap the souls of those whose time has come and bring them as guides to the various planes of existence that require it. For those who are aware of like Greek mythology, so like Renea, you might have heard some stories of Hermes,
Of the Greeks.
of Hermes, who kind of acted in this nature, where they led the dead to the underworld of I can't remember the name of the underworld in the setting for
What?
Pantheon. It's like Eos or something.
There's a couple
Erebus.
layers
Erebus,
to it.
yes, that is it. Erebus. That he leads the dead to Erebus. So that's kind of what you would get if they're telling you this in real time, which I assume they are. But it is said within this great boneyard, it is guarded by a being, other than Pharasma, of course, a great skeletal dragon known as the Crypt Dragon. At least that's the common name for it. This creature kind of acts like a Cerberus of sorts, where it ensures that the souls, the damned, do not escape. Now, in terms of Pharasma, what was your religion checks for that?
19.
19. All right, let's see here. I'll get you some information on Pharasma. You know that Pharasma, just according to some of what you've heard from, people within your township, not everyone who has come to your town, or people what you've been in through the libraries of Arca Nostra, they are known as the Lady of Graves, also known as Mother of Souls, or the Grey Lady. They are a neutral goddess of birth, death, fate, prophecy, and rebirth. They control the Boneyard. It is their sphere of influence, their home plane, where they sit upon a tall spire that pierces through into the astral sea. This is their home citadel, essentially. You know that they are cold and uncaring when it comes to people's views of, like, it's not my time yet, that type of thing. When it's your time, it's your time. But
I'm gonna have issues with her.
There are some exceptions to this. Resurrection is her domain overall. So while you might go to a different deity's realm when you have fully passed into the afterlife, it is her call who is allowed to be resurrected. So if it is not your time, which for flavor purposes, obviously, if you want to be resurrected, it's not your time yet. But essentially, for lore, she controls that aspect. She is what's the best way to put this? She abhors undead, as she considers them a perversion of the natural cycle of life and death. Many of her followers act as hunters and exterminators of the undead, going into crypts and things like that. They also abhor the craft of soul magic, as toying with a soul is heretical. As such, things such as like liches, things such as binding your soul to something else, stealing souls, eating souls, things like that. Very much a big no juju stuff in her eyes.
She just does not like us as a group now, does she?
Probably not. If you
Strange
want,
place to have-
I will send you in this in general. Need port, please. There you go. This is her basic wiki, so you can get some idea of what's going on, because you did roll high enough to get some basic knowledge, other than what I just said.
And there we go.
And
Thank you.
obviously, if you see anything that references Galarian, it's not Galarian, it's Skydra. And it might have some changes, but yeah.
If I remember her lore correctly, wasn't she like the sole survivor of the last multiverse that created the other gods or something like that?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that part isn't true, quite.
I remember her now.
We will go with. You can assume or you can not assume. Anything beyond or during the era of Cyrene, maybe I can't remember. It's the SY era. I'd have to bring in my history book to get the name. Anything during that era is pretty much just conceptual. No one really knows what happened, and that would be the time when that in this description of her would have occurred. So it might have occurred, might not have occurred, in terms of
Okay.
I remember her now. I was considering her for Zarkov.
Oh, another thing that is also kind of relevant towards that soul thing. Constructs. Constructs are considered a...
Speaking of Zarkov.
They are kind of like a back and forth, whether she approves them or disapproves of them, to the point of heretical. For those who are knowledgeable about creation of constructs, you can roll me an Arcana check for the reason why.
May I?
Yes, those who are from Aetherstorm are good to roll.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I was just like, because mine could honestly, you could argue both ways.
What are we rolling?
Arcana.
I could have met you.
12.
19.
Those are not enough, because you're not actually construct creators within Aetherstorm. You just are from Aetherstorm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay, cool.
yeah, you don't know.
Kind of a strange place to make a portal to, then.
This.
You can roll me a religion check.
It's a bit of a weird place. I've only heard a couple stories about it from a couple merc buddies. One of them had this weird ritual he did where with every one he killed, he'd always throw him a coin. I never understood it myself.
Apparently, Renee did some research on dead people in that library. That's a broken 20.
I was like fried eggs, and I was like, "How are you
All
doing
right.
that?"
So, what you know about the Boneyard.
I was so confused. I thought you were talking
Obviously,
about, like,
you don't really have too many reasons to go there. Being in the Boneyard itself, as someone who is mortal, drains you of your life force. You're essentially taking necrotic damage every turn, or every minute, or every hour, depending on where you're at. But eventually, you will die there if you're mortal, which is one reason why Tiana was trying to become a lich, so she could keep her mind and go to the Boneyard to, free her brother. A reason to bring a portal to it is so you can actually enter the Boneyard and brings a soul back without, using resurrection or the like. So that is one way to resurrect someone, is to go into the Boneyard, grip a soul, and bring them back from it, or to petition for Asma.
I assume Renee, shares that information, right?
Yes.
Ma'am, wasn't Isn't this dragon lady in cahoots with that whisper woman you killed?
Yep.
It don't take a sharp mind to think what I'm thinking.
It's not a portal spewing corruption, not intentionally. Portal for a twisted
Resurrection.
rescue mission of sorts.
To be fair, pretty ingenious. Also, to be fair, we ain't having none of that.
No. Whisper is not coming back.
Well, if they entered through here, stands to reason they'd leave through here if it's a permanent fixture. Through the portal, that is.
I don't suppose you have any other ideas of where she might have gone, Nemelphia?
I can't say no. I don't sense her in the forest anymore, and I'm afraid that is the limit of my vision.
Okay, so if you didn't see her leave the forest, she either left not through the forest, or, well, I guess leaving through the portal is technically not leaving the forest.
Well, the portal wouldn't be there if she didn't leave through it. That's awful magic. That's awful powerful magic to use as a decoy.
Yeah, she's probably in there currently. Or, yeah, if you didn't feel her leave, if you didn't kind of sense her, granted, I don't blame you. You're not constantly looking, but she probably stepped in. Which means if we can get over there as fast as human and elvenly and Nazim whateverly possible, the better. Perhaps lie in wait for her to come back, perhaps go in after her. I'm not keen on that second one, but
well,
could weigh out
frankly,
the ideas.
my idea, a trip like that can't be pleasant for any living being. She will be incredibly weakened upon her return if she does come through the portal. Why don't we just hide at the portal, wait for her to come back? If she has Whisper, Whisper's been freshly revived. Also not going to be exactly strong. Seems like kind of an easy fight to me.
Do I know from my research? I did research how to bring people back, right? I did actually say that, right?
I don't recall that research. You specifically said that, but I mean, you know that you can go into death as I just described, and bring someone back from death.
I feel.
Do I know how strong they come back though? Are they like weakened, or do they come back at like full HP type deal?
Well, resurrection sickness is a thing. That's all I'm going off of.
Yeah,
it's probably akin to a true resurrection in terms of the actual power of bringing someone literally back from death rather than using a spell or more.
That means she'd come back at full strength.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to wait around hoping for a not as difficult fight if that fight ends up either one, them being exactly as strong as we think they're going to be, which if we're lucky, and the other option being them expecting someone to fight them upon return and being stronger than we would expect.
There's no doubt that that there's gonna be some sort of something set up at her own home that's gonna inhibit us getting there, or maybe tell her that we're there. The point then is you're gonna have one mortal who's walked through the veil, which that, as we've discussed, can't be pleasant. And even if one of them comes back all tip-top, what gear do they have? What?
That, and you beat her before, didn't you?
They're going to have whatever magic she has, but I'm fairly certain... Paul, you still know Counterspell, don't you?
I do.
Wonderful. So there's that. I can cast that twice.
You don't understand how slippery Whisper was. She was almost impossible to see. She nearly escaped once. And if she comes back, like, at more than just, like, the weakness that Revivify has, she's a credible threat.
Kill some once, we can kill again. She will be, for all intents and purposes, naked and afraid. There's...
Assuming Soraya doesn't have gear on her person for her.
So, Sage, quick question.
Yeah.
As someone who has been dead, do I know anything about this?
No.
That's a very good question.
Okay.
When you are resurrected, any memory of like going through the River of Souls or anything like that is erased. Mostly for your benefit, as that is not a pleasant experience. When you get to your actual domain, such as your heaven of, in your case, you went to Hestia's domain, that is where you have your memories. But the actual River of Souls, or like,
TJ went to last time?
the Boneyard, that's all wiped.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, just making sure.
Well, the other solution that you haven't mentioned, depending on how the portal works, what Soraya's capabilities are, if we can just sever the portal, it might strand her there.
Or did TJ... You said something about Cody 2.
That
We
would
should at the very least have to
That's
remake
it.
it.
That would be not a bad idea.
Some tells me it's not that easy to punch a hole into death itself, so she probably can't remake it on that side, not before succumbing to the domain itself.
True.
Nemelphia, do you know if Soraya is undead at all?
Not really capable of that sort of detection unless they're close to me. So I cannot say for sure, no.
Was it one of her servants that snuck up and poisoned your tree then?
Most of that time has been lost. Like, I get bits and pieces, but it's not really a thing that you remember. When someone does not wish it to be remembered. Which imagine she would not wish to be remembered. But, if she were alive, and I did focus my energies, and she were here, I don't know if it would work even due to the portal's nature. Because out of character, she can transport via plants and just hop right over there. Or at least
that's...
Yeah. So she can get into the presence, but it's not... It would probably not work because of the portal being there.
I was entirely going to say, and I'll just say it in character now, we definitely don't need to be discussing this here. We can either walk and talk, or, ma'am, if you're able to send us even just closer to where she is, no, it ain't that good over there for you, but
yeah, certainly
anything else
is nearby. I could send you on the way there, yes. If you all are ready.
Save all you wingless ones the trouble of climbing out of this cavern, as she points to the skylight above.
There's a stairwell behind you.
I mean, yeah, but I imagine flying is easier than taking all those stairs.
Oh, yes.
Is anyone against lunch?
The real question here.
Get them food token buffs before we go marching in.
I'd eat.
I mean, lunch here sounds better than lunch next to a possibly haunted cave.
Absolutely.
I'm never gonna say no to lunch.
I'm driving for like...
I could eat.
Ada will pull out her mess kit and start to cook.
Alright, which token are you using?
The 7 tier 1s, I believe it was.
Alright,
7 tier 8s.
Tier
7 tier 2s.
7 tier 2s, okay. Standard or long lasting?
We only got the standard ones.
So you will need to spend some time cooking that. Can you fail a DC 16 cook check?
Okay, I'm in
Uh,
Is that physically possible?
I have. Am I using Dex or Wisdom or what am I using for cookie check?
Yeah, it would be Dex or Wisdom, either way. So,
Cool.
because like you
So-
can do it with fanciness, like some of the I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but it's like the Japanese chef type of thing, or
Hi,
Mixing
hi,
drink,
you know,
mixing drink.
so either
Yeah, I have a +8.
then you do need to roll DC 16.
Do I have Ixon as a cute little sous chef?
Can he breathe fire? Wait, he
Technically.
was a
Fucking
brass
please.
dragon. He was a brass dragon.
He was a brass dragon.
I will allow it, but it's normally
God
not going to be
bless you.
allowed. But I will allow this
Okay.
because I just think it's going to be adorable if he does this. So
Do you have a little chef's hat for him too?
Fucking please.
He's already wearing Tingle's hat and a.
He can't wear
Knitted
Hingel's hat
braid.
anymore. It covers his entire body.
True.
I don't think it covers his entire body.
Definitely mistyped somehow, but that's a 22.
By the way, guys, for average, you can just type ADV for advantage, and DIS for disadvantage.
that's good. So you have 22. All right, easily enough. You cook up the batch of food and serve everyone whatever you are cooking. That is a tier 2 token. So purposes of what you guys need to know, are you expertise or no, Merle?
I am just normal proficiency.
Okay. So you guys can all choose 2 of these benefits, and that is what you gain. Let me go post in general. So 2 of those. And it doesn't have to be the same for everyone, because this is actually using food tokens, so you all can just, choose 2 of your choice. Just mark it down in like general or something, so it's marked and noted.
So it's. We each get to pick 2?
Yep.
Cool.
I'm guessing you can't pick the choose the ability score and gain advantage twice.
You can, yeah. You just can't choose the same ability score because it doesn't stack.
I
You
mean,
can,
you
but I'm not going to
could,
have
but
you.
why
I'm
would
not
you
gonna
do
have
that?
you- Yeah, it's not going to. But you could.
That would like a mastery.
I'm gonna pick one time used to reroll a failed saving throw, and I'm also gonna pick advantage on death saves.
Excellent.
First, non-physical damage. Do you use that to survive a fall? Falling is physical.
For the D4 one, that's a one-time use. Is it?
D4. Let's see here.
Yeah, D4 die that can apply to any D20 roll you have made.
Yeah, that's a
You
one-time
must
use.
do this for.
Okay, I figured as much.
I'm fairly
and,
certain
what
that
tier are
falling
these?
is physical damage.
Are these tier 3? Just
These are tier 2. So
tier 2. Okay, so ignore those. parts.
that's why you're getting 2 options. So anything that says at tier
Uh-huh.
3 or higher,
Gotcha.
you can just ignore that because it's not tier 3 or higher. And falling damage is physical, although I do have my own setup for fall damage. It's not just flat. Here, have a d6 per 10 feet.
Does it
I
become
think
larger
I'm
than a
gonna
D6
go-
the higher you go?
No, but it does have a saving throw or take exhaustion levels. Or some
I'm
other
going to
things
go for
too as
the
well.
movement speed and advantage on wisdom saving throws.
Is my gun a martial attack?
Yes. Martial is any weapon attack or any natural attack, so like an unarmed strike or a claw or bite or sword swing or bow shoot.
Okay, well then, I'll straight write these down. I'm gonna take.
You should note, Mason, that I don't see anything that gives you advantage on saving throws.
Oh, ability score. Ability
Yeah.
or skill check. I apologize.
Yeah.
Um,
So useful for like perception and survival, but
Okay, I
And
misread.
then-
I apologize.
Now, it should be noted that there is a state that kind of coincides with this, and that state is if you eat more than one food-based token within a short period of time. It's the stuffed condition. So I don't think that's going to matter, but letting people know that if you do eat more than one token within like a short period of time, you will get stuffed, and it will cause you to move slower and suffer disadvantage on strength, dexterity, and constitution ability checks.
Right before we head out to the cave, I'd like to take 10 minutes to ritual cast Rary's telepathic bond.
Excellent. All right, and you have enough to apply that to everyone, or just certain people?
Let me see. Up to 8 willing creatures of my choice.
Excellent.
So that could get everyone.
You do have 7 plus 2, because you have the 2 NPCs, Dinar and Tiana.
Oh,
And you also
yeah,
have,
where's
a
Vaz?
couple familiars, but well, Dinar's right here. Vaz is right
What?
there.
Yeah, why did I think there were 8 of us?
Because we're called the Fateful Eight.
There are 9 of us, though.
9.
Um,
9?
I have to. Who should I leave out?
Oh, Dinar and Tiana. Okay.
I don't know, man. Could just leave. You know,
You know what? I'll flip a coin. 1 is leave out Tiana. 2 is leave out Dinar.
All right.
Tiana has been left out.
Very good.
I feel like
Tiana.
Tiana, since she's the spellcaster, might have more strategizing she needs to do. Like, hey, I'm going to drop an AoE here. Don't stand there.
But you guys
We
have
left it to
applied
fate.
your buff.
The coin hath spoken.
All right. So purposes of this, Dragon does not have it. Spell. Do I have a spell for this icon? Telepathic. Let's just give you guys this symbol. You're not actually ethereal, but I'll give it to you. Those with that symbol have telepathic bond active, and you all have food being eaten. Or all player characters, because you only made 7. So Tiana and Dinar are in the sadness corner.
Consume.
Yes. Are you guys
Tasty.
ready to travel?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Do.
Do-do.
All
Hi
right.
guys, my name is Freddy.
And with that, Nemelphia will open up a doorway within her tree as you all are ushered through. You do have to run through fast because it closes within a round, but you all are ushered through and make your way into a frigid landscape. It is cold. It is somewhat lightly snowing. The trees themselves are covered in frost. The river, while flowing, has visible signs of ice to it. And they're in the center of this forest, within a raised mound, appears to be a ruin, where 2 streams of water flow and drop down below into the valley that flows with the river. And let me go and copy your tokens and put you on to the Ruina Forest Ruin map.
I'm curious. Can we, like, call the forest to our aid if necessary? Just, like, have Nemelphia start using the trees to slap our enemies?
Technically, but it's she would need to be paying attention, and it's also not guaranteed it will work depending on where you guys are at. And you guys would have stepped through that tree. Okay.
Good to know in case we ever want to have the Ints go marching on Isengard moment.
We're also
And
entering an area where she
marching
can't
on.
necessarily teleport us to. So I doubt you'd have much influence there.
All right.
Well, yeah. This is more like we bait our enemies back and let the
It's
trees.
Ruina Forest
beat
Ambience
them
copy. Music.
Oh, Eye of the Eagle is not in the super items.
The what?
The Eagle Eye thing isn't in super items.
Now, let me go check. Eagle Eye. Eyes of the Eagle. Copy.
Nico.
Super items.
Eyes of the Beagle.
Nico. Let's go bowling.
Quick question for our paladins. What are your aura save bonuses?
Hold up.
Dinars is a +3.
And he, what type of paladin is he?
He is a Paladin of Devotion, I believe. Let's see here, scrolling down, Devotion, yeah.
And that gives advantage against being charmed while you're within his aura as well?
If
That means
he's at
you
the
can't be
appropriate level,
charmed.
yes, which he is. He is level 7 in Paladin.
Well, I think it's just straight up immunity to charm.
Let's see here. Aura of Devotion. You and friendly creatures within 10 feet of you can't be charmed while you're conscious. Yeah, can't be charmed. So you're immune to charm while within 10 feet of him.
Epic.
And then your extra aura, the show, is just 5 feet and it's plus movement, yeah?
Yes. Me and anyone who starts their turn within 5 feet of me have 10 extra feet of movement.
What?
Or wait,
Both is that?
no. Hold on. That's glory. Yep, 10 feet bonus. So if you start next to me, you get 10-foot bonus move speed. I assume that's walking speed exclusive, but...
Alright. There you go. I have your aura and his aura active now.
I think it does say walking speed, so...
But yes, as you all make your way out into the calm, snowy forest, you see the large mound before you, the waterfall pouring down into the river below. You are free to explore. You can free to go off map and explore the exterior if you wish. You are free to move towards the mound. The map is active.
I don't see it available.
I didn't control H first. There we go. That's my bad.
Renea will start by summoning Minerva and her wings.
Oh, it's gonna take forever to load.
Yeah, it's a big boy.
Yeah. The gun is strapped.
We need to load things earlier.
Did Nemelphia point us in a direction to the place?
No, she did not.
Nemelphia, which way?
Portal's already closed.
Well, on the off chance she's still listening through the trees, Renee is going to ask that.
I'll roll high or low.
Hi.
Nope.
That sounds like survival checks.
Finally got those idiots out of my goddamn glen.
Look around.
Well,
see where like big old ruins are.
The big old ruins are pretty visible. You can literally see them from your current position.
Oh, easy then.
Yeah. I mean, how to get inside or whatnot, that's up to you how you guys want to do this. This map is active. You are free to explore as you wish. Yes.
Jesus Christ, okay.
I need to go find her. I just can't find her token. I must have deleted it or something.
Oh, JC, weren't you gonna cast Aid?
Oh, yes. Buffs that Ada has cast. They are casting Aid on Ixen, Ada, and one other person can get Aid.
What's Aid do?
Increases your max
HP.
HP.
Oh, I should take that. Maybe.
I'm thinking either you or Renea, since
I'm gonna give it a
kind of
floof,
too big.
because they're waving their hand very enthusiastically.
Okay, fair enough.
You know, I can't
I'm
argue.
pretty sure that's cheating. Doing it in person?
I think that's just called proximity bonuses.
Okay, and I'm also casting Death Ward with a 4th level slot. On
Honestly,
Ixen.
because Floof is so cute.
Alright, so who has Aid? Jason.
Ada, Ixen, and Floof.
Ada, Ixen, and Floof. Alright. And who has Death Ward?
Ixen.
Ixen has Death Ward. Alright. I'm just gonna mark this as...
Guys, I love him, and he should not go down, because then bad things happen to me.
we'll just keep this. Alright. And then for Ixen,
Baby
also cute, I
Ixen
love
in the hat.
I need to add more state images. Anyways, there you go. Alright, any other buffs?
All my buffs are combat related, or cantrips like guidance. So
I'm gonna
Takes
give myself
the
guidance and
spells.
flip a coin. No.
All right. No, your buffs have been applied. The map is active for you.
Renee is going to send Minerva up over the ruins, get a bird's eye view from them, since they are on a cliff, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's get a view from above them. Make sure nothing's waiting up there to attack us.
All right. As Minerva begins to fly over top the ruins, you can see that the area itself looks like it was once some form of like village or keep. As you can see that there are several buildings, broken walls, torn down walls, structures, even a monolith that seems to glow with a green energy.
Do they look Gith in nature?
They do not.
Ooh.
At the heart of the area itself seems to be a small lake. And it's right there. You can see that there are what appears to be a mausoleum, a raised building, likely once was a temple. You don't really see any real walls or roofs to it anymore, but there is a strange circular object within the center of it. If you get closer, I can describe it in more detail, but, you know, height. You see what looks like was once a temple that has long since been destroyed. The roof is gone. It is all open walls. There are a few archways still hanging there, but it is all but destroyed. There's plenty of, like, nearby house-like buildings that are burnt or otherwise destroyed. And from the looks of it, the large keep-like structure, the northern end, just completely destroyed. Like, parts of it have been melted as if by dragon's fire. You can see that there are, like, bloody mattresses, beds, a few bones lining the area. It is just all sorts of destroyed. Strangely enough, there is a statue there that does not look to be super destroyed. It is somewhat, you know, charcoaled, but it is not destroyed.
Can you communicate, like, images through telepathic bond?
No. You can describe things.
Okay. Well, Renee has a telepathic bond to Minerva, and then a telepathic bond to the rest of you, so you're getting this in real time.
Oh joy!
How the hell are we gonna get up there?
Ada's going to toss Ixen into the air, who is going to fly higher. And he can communicate through images.
No? Alright.
Got him!
You got audio and visuals now.
We've got
Oh, my
audio.
drones.
We got visual.
Together you have a drone.
I've
Hell
got
yeah.
drone.
Yay, we're part of the AV club.
And then they somehow combine through a horrible, horrible spell, combine
I cast
flesh and metal
polymerization.
and turn them into a quadcopter.
Alright, so yeah, that is what you see.
Hey guys, what's that statue of?
Up here?
What statue?
The one statue that is not burnt among all the wreckage that was just
Would you like to
destroyed?
fly in to investigate?
United
Yeah,
States.
Minerva will fly in to investigate.
Alright, are either of you invisible? I assume Minerva is, per your default.
Yes. Yep,
Is
Minerva isn't.
Ixen invisible?
Ixen cannot go invisible, but he's chilling a little bit back. He does not like being too far from Ada.
Okay. So back to the center, or where I have you currently?
I can't see the map, but like no more than like 10 feet in any direction from Ada.
That you're not going far, my dude. You are.
Okay, so like he can go up. Up is fine, but like within 10 feet left and right
Okay.
area.
So your angle's probably pretty bad. I thought you were actually flying towards it. Yeah, I mean,
We can barely see
if
anything
you
then.
if you look at the map, and like you have your screen, and it's like hovered on the map itself, and you then go to the far left corner, physically, and kind of look at it at an angle. That's what you're kind of seeing.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I would do that, but I have a candle. And I am not about to set my head on fire.
That's fair. But for Minerva, who actually goes closer, looking over the statue, it first looks like a raven or some type of eagle, but upon closer inspection, it is a statue of a dragon. You can see that there appears to be like no furniture left here. All forms of like broken benches or things like that that would have been in here are gone, but there is a tipped over bed frame with mattress kind of soiled by the elements, somewhat torn up from like claw marks and teeth marks, and then a vanity with mirror shattered atop it. Some of the drawers have been pulled out and scattered about the floor. But that is what you notice, that there is a statue of a dragon, which looks like a bird, and then bed, vanity. You also notice, because your passive perception, actually what was Minerva's passive perception, I have this token, not your token. Jordan.
Base is 5 plus the bonus, so 9.
Alright. With your passive
Pretty sure
perception, you notice that there are some things moving within this ruin. Shambling forms that you recognize to be skeletons. I don't have any tokens visible because I wanted you guys to load before I drop tokens because this map's huge. But there are skeletons within this ruin. There are
Alright.
shambling.
How recent does the destruction?
Make me a intelligence check. I don't think anyone here other than Deshow has engineering lore, so Deshow you can roll it with proficiency, but it is intelligence.
Hell yeah.
Since you're all telepathic bond, you can all roll this. So.
Good, because I'm not at my computer right this second.
Would it just be an intelligence check?
Yep, intelligence check.
That's a 17.
Intelligence, that's funny.
$17. Wait, is this with advantage?
If you have the food buffer advantage.
No, okay.
$18.
No, look at you.
Fancy boy.
Oh god, my dad found my Twitter. Abort, abort, abort.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Curses. Alright.
Oh,
all the rolls
guys,
I'm
do you
currently
remember-
seeing are pretty decent.
You know what I just remembered? I remembered that, I know I've said this in the past, but every day I cast water breathing at the start of each day.
Yeah.
Because it lasts for 24 hours.
Look at you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how in the hell are we gonna get on top of this goddamn
Alright.
thing?
With your rolls, you all
Can I
rolled
wait?
higher than the base DC of 15. And if
Hell
some of you haven't
yeah.
rolled yet, it's fine. You have enough successes. This structure looks like it was ruined about 100, 150 or so years ago. Judging from the formation of it, it does look like it is Caldbestian in make. So definitely not like pre-formation of the country. It is formed during the period between the first war with the elves and the most recent one. Which is
Now
War
to
of
show,
the
you
Valentine's
didn't
Curse.
just like stop by
Perfect.
here 100 or so years ago, burn it down just so that you could come back and say you found some ruins, did you?
Well, not this far north.
Wait.
You said there was a weird
Not
round
both,
object somewhere.
Yes.
Temple.
Would you like to investigate?
Minerva's gonna go check that out, but kind of stay high above. Like,
What's your height?
let's go 100 feet above. That should put her
in-
outside of life sense.
In that case, this is what you're currently seeing.
Okay. Are
It
there
is-
any
it is here.
skeletons in this area?
There are, yes. You can see a few shambling about.
Right.
About 6 or so.
Doing their
Okay.
thing.
She'll drop down to like 70 feet above the weird object. Can she make out what it is?
There you go. You're still saying what I'm saying right now, so no.
Yeah. Alright, she'll carefully go lower. She's at 70 right now, yes?
Yes.
Let's go to 50. Above the object, since it is on stairs.
There you go.
Is that like a altar?
Looks like some strange circular disc-like thing. It's not raised up above too much. It's maybe like... It is not giving off a shadow, so from your height, you don't think it's like more than a foot off the ground, if that. But there's a strange disc-like thing.
Interesting. And then you have the mausoleum and the weird green glowing stone. But in order to get a good investigation of them, we'll have to be closer. So, yeah, Renea will basically communicate those are the other two things of interest, but Minerva will have to get closer, which means the skeletons might detect her. So,
We still gotta figure out how we are getting ourselves up there.
Right.
how tall is that?
Paul is going to. Where's my character?
The
I'm gonna.
cliff raises 80 feet above ground level.
Paul's gonna walk over here.
Yeah.
And then over the next several turns, I'm going to cast Shape Water to like make an ice bridge across.
Look at you being
Oh, very-
fancy. Does
Well-
that cover 5 feet per casting, I assume?
5-foot cube per casting.
And you can only stack 3 of them.
Is that true?
Yep.
Oh.
Unfortunate.
No more than 2. So.
Extra unfortunate.
Hmm.
Hold on.
Is it really 2
What are we?
non-instantaneous effects?
Yep, no more than 2.
Ah,
Well, in that case, Paul is going to. Wait, which way does the water flow? This way?
The water is flowing southward.
Southward. Okay.
And you can
Right.
actually see from your current angle that the rivers here and here can join into one a bit further down.
Okay.
Give me a perception check from your current location. Because you are a bit more in the open, so you can see a bit better.
I don't believe my perception is terribly good.
Well, you know, you don't have Ada next to you, so I can't have Ada roll it.
Mine
Okay.
actually took a dip, which is fun.
Oh, well, I was going to say you can roll, John, but
20 total.
20 total.
Yeah.
What
yeah,
you
I took
notice,
my proficiency.
Paul, with your 20,
Ada would move forward with Paul.
you're not on the map. Oh, you're still loading. Yeah, I forgot. There you go. You're good to roll as well.
It's going faster now.
That's good. You're
Oh,
good to
cool,
roll
cool.
as well, JC. As I go
I figured out why it was going so slow. Your phone was
Mm.
also connected.
Alright, let's
Where's
see here.
that
I have to go
wonderful
and load
bar?
this thing so I can describe it to you. You see somewhat to the northwest. Not too far. It's you know, not like within 100 or so feet, but it is close enough that you can see it. There appears to be a stony cliff face that the northerly stream of the water, so this one here, is pouring out from, as there's a waterfall that flows down and down like so. What is your perception, JC?
Rolling it right now, trying to remember how to do this. Bot
Yeah. I haven't used Avery in a while,
Higher.
so
1 plus 14.
feels bad.
Got a 19.
Yep, same information I gave Paul. No additional thing. You just see there's a waterfall up that way.
who would have thought I should have prepared water walking today?
Well, I do have a broom of flying. I could use that to ferry us across one at a time.
That's probably our best bet.
There
could
should be
teleport
plenty of
over,
stones
sure.
secure enough for a rope
I could
if we can
teleport
find an area safe. to
2
climb
of
up.
us over and on top of the cliff, but then I'll be done for about 10 minutes.
Well, the broom could also go up as well.
Yeah, I
But
think
that
you're our
would
best
leave a
bet
lot to
here.
be desired if we're being attacked at the top.
Well-
If we can get up somewhere sneakily. Do these skeletons seem unusual to me, Sage? Like unusually strong or anything?
If you can roll me a martial. They are
This is
yellow-boned, wielding shields and scimitars.
a Renea Marshall or a Minerva Marshall?
You're looking through Minerva's eyes, yes?
Yeah.
Then Renea.
I should be at
Excellent.
full HP.
That is one less. I forgot my mod is 7 instead of 8 now. 25.
25. All right. They are basic skeletons. You guys can kill them in your sleep. They are
Amazing.
like 8 HP, an AC of like 13. I don't have the tokens up right now, but they are literally the CR-1/8 skeleton or the CR-1/4.
So like Minerva can take one on.
Probably, actually.
Probably, yeah. Especially if you've homebrewed that they're weak to radiant.
Yeah, these
Or
are
they're
basic
weak to
skeletons.
Well, if my youth spent reading adventure novels tells me anything, it's that there's something underneath or behind that waterfall. I think we should go take a look.
I like the way you think.
Paul's going to...
While they start ferrying across the river, Renee will send Minerva to check out the waterfall.
All right.
Healing myself.
Which waterfall? There's 2 of them.
Room flies.
The closest one to us.
So this one, okay. Flying on down, checking out the waterfall. Doesn't seem to be anything behind it. Just kind of a cliff face.
Damn it.
All right.
Bullshit.
There are 3 waterfalls. 2 of them are on this map. One of them's not.
She'll poke into the cliff face like a few feet, see if it's an illusion or not.
A few feet.
Yeah.
Let me go to the other map real quick to see.
Like
You definitely. It's just rock.
Okay. She'll go do the same at the other waterfall.
All right. The other waterfall, which means you are now effectively there. Now that's rock.
Okay.
Bitch.
Nothing behind the waterfalls unless it's a hidden rock door.
I'm disappointed immensely.
Nevertheless, I think we should ascend near them, as the sound of the waterfall could cover us moving.
That seems like a good idea. Renea will just fly over to the base of the waterfall and wait for the others.
Oh, yeah,
The broom flies back over here, because it can do that.
And she'll post Minerva up above, keep watch on the skeletons on the plateau.
Straight.
So just, if we know if any are nearby our planned climbing point.
Are you ferrying people off, Paul?
Yeah, I'm ferrying them back and forth across this river.
Eventually, people make their way across.
I can specify a location within 1 mile, and the broom will go there. And it's not attunement, so anyone can use it.
Oh, cool.
Right.
Well, yes.
And I think we should probably
Keep it a boot.
just make our way up here.
Bam.
How many people can the broom take at once? 1 or 2?
Well, it can hold up to 400 pounds. So, 1 or 2.
2, unless it's one of our beefy guys in heavy armor.
Right.
John will take this moment, as we probably want to be a bit quiet. He will screw on the silencer.
All right.
Renee, do you know if Minerva sees any skeletons in this area?
God damn it.
Are there skeletons in that area?
I mean, there's a few skeletons shambling about. The door to the mausoleum is closed, though. But there are a few skeletons shambling.
Kind of in front of the mausoleum?
Yeah, kind of like in the art of it, right there, and then kind of like over here and up here.
Alright. Mostly in front of the mausoleum.
Alright, well, I think this could be a good place to ascend. I'll take John and myself, and I'll send the broom back down.
And I'll come up with you for that first one.
Cool.
I'm gonna
Alright,
go
well.
sneaky beaky like use stealth.
I need to snap myself.
All right.
There
So
we
we'll
go.
fly your way
dog.
up.
And probably best to re-snap ourselves now. Finally.
As you reach the top, some of the skeletal forms begin shambling closer to you. Their clattering bones making a strange noise as they move upon the snow, or a click-clack sound upon the stone. These are no threats to you, so you are free to describe how you destroy them. We don't need to go into combat. They're just like 6 of them that are kind of shambling closer. Blades drawn.
John will.
I mean, if they weren't so weak, I'd just sit there and like dodge tank with frickin'
They will
the
eventually
blender.
hit you, but,
John will. John will just kind of flip his gun over, holding it by the barrel, and just baseball swing.
excellent. You see the bones go
Few of 'em.
flying from the baseball slam of the gun.
Flying in front, kind of trying to take aggro when they do get close enough to hit John or Paul, since I have higher AC. Sacred Flame.
All right, and with that, radiant fire envelops one of them. As it bursts into fire, the fire leaps to another as that one too bursts into fire. There are two left, and they're moving towards you, Paul.
I'm going to cast Firebolt, and I'm going to use Control Flame to make it like spin around in the air and try and hit both of them.
Excellent. A small bead of fire releases from your hand, and then kind of rises in size until it slams into the first one, kind of spinning around like a tornado and envelops the other one, and they both burnt to ash.
Awesome.
And then the skeletons are all dead, so that area's safe.
Right. Broom flies down to the rest of them.
All right. Eventually, whoop.
Everyone
All right.
also snapped a grid.
To show tentatively gets on the broom. He doesn't really know how one of these things works, but he's trying his hardest.
It's a little difficult to balance, but eventually you do maintain your form and you're flown up. You see that you are up at the top of the ruins. The snow, seemingly in contrast to the grass that fills the cliff face and some of the greener parts of the brush and the moss and the like, but it's somewhat nice up here. It's pretty. There's this nice pool of water that flows down from the waterfall. There's a mausoleum next to you, kind of overgrown, but you know, it's calm now.
I've been in worse
Skeletons are dead.
places.
Some flowers here.
Minerva's going to go poke the water. Is it going to harm her if she submerges herself in the water?
Eventually it will, yes. Shit's fucking cold. Unless she's
Also,
really
it's
cold.
water.
She is not, no.
Yeah, so eventually she will take damage.
Okay. Can she, like, go intangible in the water?
What do you mean?
The same way she can phase through solid objects. Can she phase through the water?
No.
Okay. Can she make out anything from the surface?
There's some dirt beneath at the bottom of the river.
No hidden ruins?
No.
Okay.
I mean, there's some rubble down there from like a bridge might have been destroyed because you know this bridge has some holes in it, but like nothing that's obviously there's room beneath the water.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are at the top of the cliff now.
So,
Think maybe-
mausoleum, that temple over there, or the glowing green rocks? Good places to start.
I think maybe we should investigate the surface here before delving deeper. Don't want any surprises on our way out.
No.
Map is active.
Does the mausoleum have any carvings or anything on it?
I mean, it does have some symbology upon it, but it's pretty faded. As the structures here have been heavily damaged. So, a lot of their symbology and the like has long since lost to the damage and to time.
My oh my.
Or, you know, moss has grown upon it.
Well, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna go check out that weird circular thing over there.
Sure, I'll come with you.
My vote is the
I'm
glowy
always
bits
down
that's
for
close to
weird
us.
circular things.
What did you say, JC?
My vote is the glowy bits that's close to us to investigate first.
Oh, there are glowy bits? I'm going to the glowy bits.
There is a glowing stone over there.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's-
Wading your way through skeletons that seem to shamble closer to you, they are no match for your mighty powers of Paladinhood.
I
They are
think I could just
destroyed wood.
turn on my radiance and
Yeah.
kill them as
They,
I walk
they
through
have 6 HP. They're gonna die.
them.
Which is why I was so tempted to use Spirit Guardian, but it's such a waste of spell slot.
Yeah. Are you all going up there, or are you actually
It's
continuing
not
with your plan, Renia, to go to this disc?
Renee's
I
gonna
mean-
go check out the disc because she can fly.
All right.
So
The skeletons do try to shamble towards you. Some of them do have ranged
do they
weapons.
even? Oh, I was gonna ask. Do they even have bows?
Some do. They're not a threat. You can kill them easily enough. So.
Yeah.
I'm
Take
going
out the
to.
bowman first.
I'm gonna stay like here, but I'm gonna be in a place where I can keep my eye on Renea.
All right. In that case, let's see. Angle-wise, you would need to be kind of like right there to be able to see through the trees and see beyond that wall.
Okay.
And she'll bring Minerva with her.
All right. We will do your thing first, Renea, because I think it'll be faster, and then we'll go to the north one. All right.
So
As you flutter across,
this-
you see what it looks like a ruined overlook, a temple of sorts that once housed some pillars that carried the roof, but has long since been fallen and crumbled into some parts dust, some parts large beams, as you can see here. There's some loose rubble, plenty of vines and moss and lichen kind of overgrowing within the structure. But at the center of it, there is, as you can see, what appears to be a stone lip around, kind of like a well, although it's only like 4 or 5 inches off the ground. Atop it is this strange bronze and brass disc that seems to have a spiraling motion towards the center, which part you can see that there is another disc atop that has 7 spheres of different sizes that seems to have a bluish tinge to them, somewhat glass-like.
All right. She'll relay this to the others and ask if they have any idea what this is.
Do I know?
Roll me history.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll
I'll also roll.
probably
Double
don't.
check. I am proficient in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rip.
18.
13.
Alright, this is specifically Calbeshian history. You do not have the lore for that to show, I don't believe, so unfortunately, neither of you are sure what this is. Doesn't really pop in your mind. It's not Gith, otherwise your 18 would have succeeded to show, but yeah, you don't really know.
Well, it's not Gith. Can I kind of relate it back to anything we saw in the Tomb of the Lost King?
Yes, actually. The symbology kind of reminds you of some of the symbols that the statues there, some of the knight statues were bearing. Not like symbols of the lord or something like. If you look at a heraldic symbol and you have like the main country and then you have like the king and then you have the lord of that specific regiment, that is kind of what it is. It's that lordly type of symbol rather than the king or the country.
Okay. So it's like provincial.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
Is there any like significance to 7 spheres? Like, are there 7 planets in the night sky or something like that, or 7 stars associated with Kalbesh?
Roll me an Arcana. Sometimes I wish planes was a skill still. But oh well, Arcana works just as fine.
Arcana is your sky watching skill. 17.
17. I'm gonna have to go and load up my planes map just to make sure I'm not missing something. But let me go and do that real quick and let me grab that.
Renee spends time looking at
I feel like
stars.
this is true, but I don't remember now off the top of my head. Cyric maps. Here we go. Cyric cosmology. Boop. Make sure it's not visible to players. All right. Let's see. Mostly because I need to update it, as it's not fancy yet. I have a lot of new planetary assets I want to update. So, where are you, Kydrin?
Even Sage can't find Kydrin. That's how hidden it is.
Okay, here it is. All right. Let's see here. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pretty sure that's all of them. I'm recounting now to make sure, because I might miss something. Because they're not actually named if they're a plane of existence or a planet, because planes don't actually show up in the sky, but planets do. Because I need to update this. All right, top down once more. Let's see. What ones are visible, which means you should be in these sectors. So that one, that's a no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and where's the last one? I remember it is right. There it is. Okay, there is 7 within the visible range of Kydrin.
The 7 planets, perhaps, she'll suggest.
Maybe. Oh, we're not next to each other, so I can't comment.
You do have a
You
telepathic
can,
bond.
telepathic bond.
Oh, yeah, shit. I mean, maybe.
I'm gonna delete this map now, because I have it saved.
Since the Tomb of the Lost King is pretty much the only reference I have for Kalbeshian culture. Right?
Well, Renea's not going to mess with this, because she's not exactly good at messing with weird ancient things. So she'll just keep
That's
kind of
the show
looking it over.
specialty.
Alright, well, while you were doing that, northwards, you all see a large stone monolith. Upon its base, its front specifically, are 5 glowing green runes that give off a foul energy. As you get closer, you feel sick next to it. Everyone roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Is this disease?
This is not disease, it is a sickness effect. So if you're immune to poison, I would say you would have advantage.
I'm resistant to... I have advantage on disease saving throws because I'm rotting.
I rolled a 9.
Does the rotting also give you for sickness and stuff? Because I feel like I did give it that.
The only thing I have written down, for complete fairness here, is the Withered Curse gives me disadvantage on all charisma checks except for intimidation, and advantage on all con saves against disease. That's what I have.
That is wait, what level of Oracle are you?
Only level 2.
That's why. At level 3 is when you get resist. You would have immunity to this at level 3.
Yeah,
Specifically, level 3 is when you gain immunity to sickened and nauseated condition, which is what this is.
I didn't, want to go that deep into it.
Yep. All right.
Don't forget, you all have +3 since you're next to a bunch of paladins.
Oh, right. So it's a plus.
Oh,
Well,
so that's
not
24
Paul,
then.
you
Who is
specifically
still
stand
having a
beside.
bad time.
That right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but Floof's not very good at that, and also she rolled a 1, so
Uh-oh.
I got a 3 total.
All right. The DC is 15.
It's a con saver check.
It is a con save.
Cool.
The DC is 15, so those who fail, who just fail the DC, Those are sickened
Do
for the
these-
next about 10 minutes or so.
Do
if
these
you
remind
are
me?
failing by 10 or more, so floofster and stuff, you are not sickened but nauseated. You're actively vomiting. You are spending the next minute unable to control your dry heaves, or if you actually did eat recently, which you guys have,
I did.
you are vomiting that
I did recently.
all up. I do need you to now to make me a Constitution saving throw to see if you maintain the magical effects, because this was pretty recent.
This is all echoing through the telepathic link, I'm sure.
Yes.
Are these stone? Is this stone reminiscent of the ones that were in Stag's Glen corrupting the one dude?
Does seem somewhat familiar, yeah.
Okay.
It's not the exact same, because that was a corrupted Menhir stone, but it does seem similar.
Okay, yeah. John would pretty much completely ignore these taking effect.
Saving throw macro's not working again.
Then just walk on up to it.
Oh,
I
see the reason. I can fix it in just a second.
Renea will encourage Floof over the link to maybe get away from that thing.
Yeah, Floof is gonna try and waddle away from. Actively vomiting, gonna wiggle wall.
Try it now, Jason.
Poor Floof. Is there something John can roll for this, or is this kind of Deshow's territory?
This would be an Arcana
For
check.
reasons.
Everyone can roll, but it is an Arcana.
Cool.
I'm good at those.
Hey, I am too.
I'm pretty okay at those.
Fuck.
You are rolling
Oh,
so
great.
terrible right now.
Oh god.
We have two
Ada's
people
throwing up,
vomiting.
right?
You are if you're rolling up, yeah. The DC is 15, so if you roll 5 or lower, you are fine.
29.
God damn.
All right. With a
Another
6,
Constitution. Yeah,
yeah,
great.
with a 6 on your secondary
mean-
Constitution, you are. Unfortunately, you have lost your food benefits.
Does a 9 change that?
A 9, no.
If it helps your dissertations there, Hugh, this thing does seem rather similar to something that happened to some of the Menhir stones down in Stag's
Oh, you know what?
Glen.
I have
That?
some pretty
Those
awesome
help.
gauntlets I have. You know what? Actually, I'm going to use my gauntlets so that I can steady myself and change that to a 10 and not throw up anymore. Can I do that?
It says it can be done after.
Post me the gauntlet ability.
Yeah, let me find them. I always
Um,
forget I have these.
Now that is a 24 on the device, right, JC?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you will be able to do that when you're done vomiting, because you're vomiting for about a minute. But
Alright.
Keep that in mind. Let's see here. Did you post it in general or posting in?
Yeah, it's in general.
Cool, cool. Da-da-da. That is for a single check, which is not a saving throw. Skill checks are for skill checks or ability checks.
Oh well, okay.
It is good to know, though. And that is useful for, decent things.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, you are still vomity. But you did roll a total of a 9, I believe, for your...
+3, so that should be 12.
So 12, okay. The DC was 10 to maintain your food benefits, so you are still food benefited. But Ada is no longer.
Okay.
Paladins, man. Gotta love them.
Yes. What were you saying, John? I believe you were talking about the thing when that hole came up.
Well, since John rolled like an 8, so he doesn't know anything for par for what he knows that they don't. It's like, if it helps you two smarter folk, it's kind of similar to what was going on in Stag's Glen to some Menhir stones a bat demon was using. It's kind of similar, not entirely.
What does a
no
29
vomiting
learn me
effect.
about this?
Say again?
What does a 29 learn me about this?
Oh. You believe that this stone is a focal point for a ritual. It is drawing energy from the area around it and pouring it into the stone and into the ritual. What the ritual does, you don't know, but it is essentially draining life energy, positive energy from around it, and putting it into the stone, which then goes into the ritual.
Okay,
It's probable that
Thus,
it's going to that portal,
The effect.
since the portal is, portal to death, and this is drawing.
so I definitely communicate that as soon as I figure it out. I'm like, well, let's stand outside of the radius here.
And Ada, your 24 would also have gained that when you were done vomiting.
Fuck it.
Paul, do you
Cast-
have any dispelling
I'm gonna
abilities
cast
available?
Dispel Magic. Yeah, I was just about to say.
All right, you can give me a good old D20 plus spellcasting ability.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna use the dice bot because Navtools has not been kind to me.
All right.
Okay, so are we not going to go in and try to rescue people? Now that's right.
Well, I don't think that
Holy
dispels
good-
it. So
Holy good. You know
do
what?
Get a
You know
chance
what?
to say that, Ada.
It can't be dispelled. Run away.
It can't be. Now,
The spell fails.
if it wasn't for, I do like the idea of maybe saving Obi. I would give you my inspiration, but
It's not a level -1 spell, right?
That is a failed dispel check. As
Sad.
Ada's protest, while not really long before the actual spell went off, doesn't matter because the spell failed.
well, who would we be saving? I still have to stay in character here.
At this point in time, the two parties are coincident timeline-wise, so just keep that in mind.
Renea will communicate back. Friends, I showed you. Maybe even Hingle. Is that something
I
you
do
can
have
do
someone I
safely?
would like to rescue from death if that's going to be an option here.
Well,
I don't know if it's an option, but it could. We don't really know too much about what we're dealing with at the
now I'm all for taking somebody out of the clutches of death, but that also sounds like suicide.
Which is why
What
I'm
we're
not
doing
sure.
right now is
not-
suicide, John.
This isn't suicide. This is, we have a plan. We have 3 separate plans. It's a risk. It's a semi-calculated risk, so it's still a risk, but if it's a fully calculated risk, that is no risk at all. You feel?
Alright. Well,
That's just a risk.
Is it possible that there could be a magical failsafe too? You dispel the magic on the glowing rock that's in plain view for anyone up here?
Engineering
Wow.
shit. God
That's
damn.
for Ada.
Goddamn engineering and tinkering being 2 different goddamn things. You cursed me, Sage.
No. The bridge is stable. Surprisingly, the damage it suffered is more. I mean, it's obviously has some pretty heavy damage to it because with giant holes, but it is walkable. Your entire party could be on at the same time and it would still be walkable.
Okay, cosmetic damage.
Yeah, I mean it's not fully, but it's not going to break the bridge.
Paul's
so I don't
going
have to roll
to-
the cross.
Paul's also going to walk across the bridge, but just to flex as he gets to this hole, he snaps his fingers and some of the water from the river below rises up and freezes to create a walkway across, and then it melts.
I love shape water. It's my favorite
So good.
cantrip.
Very good, very good.
Uh,
There are more skeletons here, and they kind of clatter towards you, and are easily dispatched.
Does Saren Ray? Does she have she's star associated, right?
Sarenrae, she's goddess of the sun. Desna
Okay,
is the goddess of the moon and stars.
All right. I'm guessing the circles don't match any Saren Ray iconography that I saw in her temple.
I does not know. All right.
I guess I'll
Well-
go meet up with Ada and Paul.
Flip will go over too.
Desho is gonna linger for a moment
Mm.
and then decide not to do anything about it and go over.
All right.
When Tiana gets close, Renee will ask her, "Do you have any insight on that stone pillar thing?"
Well, it's certainly a powerful object. It's drawing the life force around it to fuel the ritual below. I would say it's similar in nature to what I was attempting, but on a far grander scale. But not entirely. The ritual seems to be more focused on empowering life by drawing upon life, rather than in transforming life.
So it is a resurrection ritual. Could you tell if it was close to completion or not?
Let me give her a Arcana check.
Hmm.
Let's see here. Your sheet is right there. Your Arcana says plus that. All right. Let's see with her specific lures. That means the DC would be that, which means okay. It does look like it's close to be completed, but right now it's on standby. Perhaps waiting for one final ingredient.
Like the soul they're trying to retrieve, for example?
Like that, for example, yes. While this is going on, what are you doing, Vaz? Kind of just hanging out back there.
You are muted.
It's true.
I'm not sure that this is a very opportune time for a makeout sesh, but hey.
Alright, well, since they are AFK, I'm just gonna drag them over here, but when they get back. Yes, that is what she tells you.
Do you have any idea what dispelling it could do?
Certainly could ruin the whole ritual. Or it could just pause whatever energy is flowing into it, which would put a time limit on it. I would need to see the ritual itself more. But,
That's what I was thinking. We don't know enough about the ritual to dispelling.
Man, it is useful having an expert on this.
I call myself an expert.
Yeah.
I didn't exactly succeed, but yes.
I'd call you an. I mean, yeah, it don't matter. Okay.
I would have asked you about the skeletons, except I've seen ones like this before, probably a dozen times at my village.
You, ma'am, make a much stronger skeleton.
Which way are we going?
Strangest compliment of the day. You, ma'am, make a much stronger skeleton.
Alright. Well, yeah, that's what you've seen thus far.
Alright, so Floof is going to kind of call her friends over and be like, "Hey, I wanted to bring something up with you guys." So
Sure.
So if this is an opportunity, I'd like to take it. I have someone that I'd very much like to see again, and I know that all of you do as well. Renea, you have your party members that you've lost, and I know that many of you have lost people as well. Now, I, for one, think it would be a very good idea for us to go in and at least take a peek around. Get a gauge as to what it is that we are up against here. And if need be, I will volunteer as that.
Suppose it couldn't hurt too much.
Although we still need to find a way underground that, well, even Minerva can access, since she can only go so far through solid rock.
Where's Ada? Okay, you're way up there. I was like, where the fuck did he go? He disappeared.
No.
Yeah, Ada's checking out the thing down there.
Alright, so you're completely ignoring what Floof says. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But it is...
I assume it's being talked to in the head as well.
I mean,
It's going to be relayed to you
yeah,
if you're not there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, Ada is hearing.
Yes. Yes.
Alright, so Floof would like to. She says, okay, so you say we don't have a plan as far as getting out of there. Well, if we do come up with a plan to get out of there, would any of you be strongly against going in? I'd be happy to also pay you or owe you, but I would like
I'd be
to...
lying if I wasn't a little curious about going into the realm of death. Though, if what the little miss over there says is true, you and I in particular, would very much piss them off. I looking the way I do, and you having certain dietary history.
Yes.
But that's never stopped me in the past, so curiosity will get the better me in this case. I do kind of want to see it.
I am also extremely curious, yes.
Well, if we can enter safely, or more or less safely, then
Could always
I
do
would
the
like-
old tie a rope around ourselves and tie it to something out here.
Would it be possible for Minerva to go in? To take a look? Or Ixon?
through the
Someone that we
portal,
could
I would. The moment Minerva
bring back?
crosses the portal, I'll lose contact with her. My connection doesn't stretch across plane.
Neither does our telepathy.
Now, there's something to be said about going all or nothing, where if we all go in, we'd be a bit safer as a whole. But also, if we all go in, that leaves room for fate to have a little bit of fun. I don't enjoy that. So,
What are our options for returning? Get stranded there, assuming banishment would get us back here. The
That
other
is
option.
Does your
exactly what I was
dimension
gonna
door
say.
bring you back
no,
from other
but
planes?
honestly, if we keep it to you and I, Miss Floof, I can just banish us back here. It's a pretty 1-to-1 safe bet. As long as wherever we banish back to is safe, and I don't break concentration on keeping us anchored here, we will stay here. The only, and it's a very only issue, is that if I do lose concentration on the magic, we would be sent back. Could complicate
just-
things.
Saying how you and Floof would probably be the worst people to go in there.
Both the worst and the most well-equipped. I know that's some bullshit level of irony that only the damn fates could think up of. So,
Well, you forget that Soraya has literally consorted with demons who eat souls. She's presumably in there.
that's also fair. She's a hell of a distraction. But if she herself hasn't eaten a soul, something in my gut of guts that
There's also the possibility that she
her
rose
name?
all these undead.
that is possibly. Now, if that's true, then this Pharasma would have a reason to hate her. if what you say is true. You know more of this than I do. I just know of the plane's existence.
Either way, we should actually check out this side of the portal first.
I agree.
So I think we should take a look at this side of the portal as well. But
So,
even if
we need
we're
to find
just
a way.
sticking my head in,
We need to find a way down, because I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that what we're looking for is under this plateau.
Floof, is it a saying with your people of curiosity killed the cat?
and satisfaction bringing them back.
That exact one.
I am a fan of this one.
Ada's gonna check out the disc thing down here.
I know. I posted
For some reason,
in chat for you to
Oh,
roll
investigation.
for
Yeah,
some
my
reason,
investigation's a
why
flat.
don't less people know that second half. That's the fun half.
Gotcha.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's Revivify that brings you back, but
Satisfaction can bring someone back much better than any magic can.
So
Unless
while
there's a magic that can make you satisfied.
this is going on, as you're investigating the platform here, the ruined shrine, looking over at the strange disc, the well that seems to rise up to the disc. Before your investigation goes off, your passive perception does provide you stuff. The investigation to see if you can find more things to it. Your passive perception can see that the light or the dark blue tinted glass here, that is, actual glass. It is stained glass. You can see through it. Your dark vision can also see through it just fine. It appears to be a large shaft leading down, 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 with a ladder kind of attached to it. It gets out of your dark vision range, but there is some ambient light due to the sunlight that is pouring in through there, so you can see that it leads into... it looks like it is a larger chamber down below, maybe about 200 feet or so down that way. It's pretty far down. Or wait, sorry, that's the second floor. About 80, 100 or so feet down below. So that is essentially a door, what you're looking through. With your investigation of 15, unfortunately you do not see
And
any way to
Ixon
open
got a
it.
16.
16 does not change the finding any way to open it.
Okay.
But
Ada
that is
will-
a door, essentially.
Over the intercom that we got going on. Hey, I found the way down.
Renee will send Minerva over,
Well, I'll be goddamn fiddled.
and she'll have Minerva phase through. Wait, no. Hold on. Do I want to do that?
I was so close. I was like,
There could be an alarm spell. Minerva starts to go down, then Renee is like, no, wait, stop.
but wait, there's
do not
more.
do that.
John's going to investigate because he sees fun thing that you could tinker with.
I was going to have Minerva check for an internal latching mechanism.
All right,
just
John,
open it.
you can roll me an investigation or a tinkerer's check.
Ooh, that's...
Paul, the show, can you check this thing out for magical traps?
Tinker is one
I could try.
Ada
I
will
got a nat 20 for checking that out.
ritual cast
22.
detect magic.
All right.
Oh, Floof got a 20. God damn.
All right. As you were investigating it over, Floofster, Ada is beginning to cast the detect magic ritually, so that'll take some time. But your investigation is faster, as is John's. You both, Floof's does beat you to the punch, but you do also come to the same conclusion, John. This device is designed to open at a certain point of time during the night, as the light of the moon shining down upon the symbols here will unlock the mechanism within. What you would
Is that information shared?
It's mentally so I'm assuming it's shared.
Okay.
John will
For
look
Ada,
over at the
with
now
your
blue
detecting
Minerva.
magic, you would realize that one, there is definitely magic on this device. School of which you would surmise is observation, and what's the other school? Pretty sure detect magic does give school, right? I'm not going crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. The other magic upon this would be location, I think. What kind of spell are you? 1 second.
I think alarm is abjuration also.
Oh,
If that's
I'm
the
just saying
spell.
what schools. If there's one, then you only get the. If there's more than one, you only get the one at the same school. So there could be more than one observation aura. But let's see here, observation and do transmutation.
Now, if I remember the Joe Cat rap, which one did
Does
I
anyone
skip?
does anyone have any complaints if I try to open it?
If there's an alarm spell, yeah. Other than that,
Well, might suggest we all get back first.
or
Does
yeah, magical trap.
Minerva happen
Maybe
to
an
count as a
illusion can set
moon?
it
What?
off.
That's what I was thinking. If it's opened by something it perceives to be moonlight, I don't think it would activate any traps.
John will take himself a step back. How tall up is this?
The
Little
device is
dais?
like
Oh,
4 or 5 inches off the ground.
the staircase.
You guys are standing about 10, 15 feet above. This
Okay, well, there goes my plan to just hop down. Yes, I'll actually like step down the stairs.
Paul is going to cast light on his scepter and try to make it as moonlighty as possible, and then use a mage hand to float it over the this thing.
All right. Unfortunately, light is not moonlighty enough to do anything.
Ah,
At least in your eyes, as you float it over, it doesn't open the opening, the portal.
alrighty. Paul's going to get the staff back. Could he, by looking at this, could he tell like what part of the moon cycle it would be?
Looking at this, you can give me an Arcana, as that is my default knowledge planes check.
While they're doing that and having Ada ritual cast, Renee is gonna fly over to that other ruined temple, see if there's any clues there.
I got a 19.
19. Alright. Over here, this temple is filled with rubble. There was a statue base at the far end here, but it is crumbled. You don't even see any signs of a statue. In the center of the temple, there is a raised platform that you can see once housed an offering bowl, but that bowl is long since gone. Also, there's a bunch of skeletons that are easily killed. But you are free to investigate the area.
Can I tell who the temple is to?
Unfortunately, the statue has long since been destroyed, so there's no like visual signs without attempting to, or without succeeding on investigation. In which case, that might not even give you the information. But
Ada over the telepathic link will send to Renea. What happened to sticking together?
See, this is when I say that enemies are so easy that everyone can kill them, no problem. Where
we still don't know what type of traps are around, or that like
I'm
other
saying,
big things could just like suddenly appear.
When I say the enemies are so easy that you guys can kill them, no problem, makes people, I'm assuming this is why you're flying around without any care in the world, think that the entire area is safe, which is probably not the best idea, but you know, you do you. Simply because
valid point.
Yeah, it's just a thing. People tend to view when I say things are safe, enemy-wise.
All right,
safe, normal-wise.
She's gonna check for traps first, and then investigate the temple.
All right, well that's an investigation to look for traps. For Pogger, I don't. With a 19, looking over the cycle of the moon, you believe that it requires a full moon to be activated.
And how far are we from a full moon?
Let's see here. I'm trying to grab. I made a thing for this specific thing, so everyone would have access to the oh, there it is. All right, let's see. You guys are currently in Neth, month of Neth. It is currently the 13th. Yes, 13th, which means we are looking at.
Is it a Friday?
It is. It is a Friday.
Oh shit!
Lady Luck is at her most weakness.
The next full moon is on the 20th, so 7 days from now.
Okay.
Today is a very bad day to be doing this.
Sorry, the calendar's a little hard to read. The moon cycles are above or below the number I actually need to read. So if it says 20, then it's 27th is when the full moon is.
Did you ever give us the calendar, actually?
I think I posted it. I'll post it again. It says on it. That is the calendar.
Yay, calendar. Pin that shit. Calendar.
Can you pin that?
Yeah, and I'm a derp. I read it correctly, and then I read it incorrectly, and I told you it was incorrect when it was correct. 20th is the accurate. This calendar is hard. The one I used to use, which is on Dungeon, DONJON. The moons are much easier to read.
It's Friday the 13th. That's just funny.
So, but yes, 20th is the accurate full moon date.
Okay, so the full black. So there's no moon tonight.
You guys are. If you look at the 13th, the moon below 13th
Oh
is the current.
God!
That's why it's so confusing because I kept looking.
Yeah,
at
that is bad. That is bad.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll post
I
it
get
to
you.
chat
I
as well
got
so
you.
they can look at it. But man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to wait for.
It also has some of the holidays on there, so you are free to click on those and learn more if you'd like.
Oh, cool. Abjuring Evoking Day. Are those just days where certain magics are better?
What month are we on?
Lore. You guys are on
Neth?
Neth.
Neth.
Yeah. It's Neth is named after the god Nethys, the god of magic.
It's Magic Month, everybody.
Yeah, most of these holidays tend to be more magically focused. And to be clear, this calendar doesn't have any country-specific holidays. I think
Christmas.
other than one. But it does have like the worldwide holidays type of thing. So, yeah. Anyways, with a 19, it is a full moon when it will go kaboom, or not go kaboom,
Gotcha.
but open.
Shit.
Hmm.
Yeah. The one reason I chose this calendar is because I can just have everyone look at it rather than Dungeon, where I have to send people a file to open it with. So, you know.
Do you think a major image could fold it?
That's what I was
It's
thinking.
worth trying.
Alternatively, if you don't, we want to avoid traps. Never mind.
Oh, actually, John will, for anything, using his 150 dark vision, he'll try to look down the glass to see if he sees anything new or different.
What's your perception? The glass is heavily obscured, which is why.
That will probably my perception now. It's a much more fitting +2.
Ah, I see. You see
yes,
blue.
yes, I.
It's blue
Okay.
glass.
Well, yeah, no, my I moved that. I didn't put that back when I rebuilt John. I felt it more fitting.
All right. With your investigation, Renea.
Yeah, for investigating the temple
Yeah, I was
proper.
actually beginning to type it. Oh, I didn't type. Never mind. There are no signs of traps there. The temple itself doesn't seem to have any visible signs of who it was devoted to prior.
And no signs of any moonlight mechanisms or anything like that.
No,
Just
18.
Can you zoom the map back out all the way again, Sage? Yes, Ada said stick together, but I need to plan where to go now.
Yes, that is what you know about the disc. It is moon-based opening.
How likely is it that these skeletons can see?
See what?
Minerva.
Has she flown within 60 feet of them? Because you would not know
Unless she did when
does.
she. What about my martial check?
Well, that was just a blanket thing on how strong they are. You'd have to specifically call if they have life sense or not, for your question.
Right. Can I roll another martial check for that?
There's plenty of skeletons around, so yeah, you can do so.
$23.
No, they don't have life sense.
Right. Then she'll send Minerva, who's pretty safe, to go check out that ruined keep at the top, see if there's like any dungeons underneath it,
All right.
any
Investigation.
steps leading down. Go, Minerva. I believe it. Your investigation mod is also the same as mine. That's
Well,
a 3.
No stairs leading down. No, nothing like that. No pits. Nothing that would provide a route down below.
Absolutely nothing is wrong. And Punchi sticks, I lied.
Wait, hold on. Where's the water coming from?
Magic.
Well, probably, but
The lake. And where's that coming from? An underwater basin. Where that is, and why the water level is much higher, shut the fuck up.
Renea will suggest checking that out if the moon circle thing doesn't pan out,
I am not getting my hair wet.
and fly back over towards the others.
I cannot swim.
Who seconds that?
The lake is already out of the question.
We will wait until next month before going into that lake.
We will say, you know what? Fuck this. Sorry, Sage, we're going to the dungeon after all.
This is your friendly reminder that I can swim and hold my breath for 15 minutes.
We can all breathe underwater.
We can.
Sure.
It's also cold water. There's ice in that stuff.
Right.
It is
That's the real problem.
Indeed, have a swim speed.
time to wait for summer, in which campaign over, they've succeeded.
Well, right now I could try to use an illusion to open this thing. If there's
I'm
nothing
all
else to
for
do
trying
up
that.
here, do you guys think we should try that?
If
think
it
I did
doesn't
say
work,
we could
I
try
say we
to
try
lose.
again at nighttime proper, in case that screws it somehow, but I completely agree.
Well, as part of the illusion, I could make like a dark box and create a moon, like a small moon above it, but at the right size to make it look like it's a real moon.
That
Just
spell really
basically an
can
image
just do
of
whatever the
correct
hell you want,
night
don't it?
sky.
Can.
Fun.
The alternative plan I've had is send Minerva through the lid and hope she doesn't trigger a trap and see if there's a mechanism on the inside for opening it. And then I think you can move, like, could create a mage hand on the other side, or Ada could put Ixen on the other side and then open the latch.
She
I feel
flies
like-
in 3 feet, then explodes with the power of 30 suns.
I think the illusion's probably the safest way to go about this.
I'd agree.
I third this.
Alrighty. So, Pugger's going to cast Major Image. The image is going to be in a box around this area. It is going to be of a black cube, or where it's hollow but the edges are black. And at the top of the cube, there's going to be a full circular moon, but at like the right size to look like it's an actual moon.
Roll me an Arcana.
My rules
Size
are
it, size it appropriately.
This is when we realized we should have given him guidance and stuff.
This is where
Yep.
if you took the food buff for intelligence advantage, then he'd be golden.
Yeah, see, that would have been smart.
I need to remember that I have guidance now.
I'm not going to. I don't think I'm gonna. I should wait. I'm not gonna waste a portent on this,
All right.
or should I?
What
Just
are your 2
11.
portents, if you
11
care
and a
to tell me?
3.
11 and a 3. What's your plus?
10.
It's like 10? That is
10
a
Arcana.
21. And a 3 is a lot more fun in combat.
Fuck fate. I'm using an 11 portent for a 21 Arcana.
All right. Seeing into the future, seeing that you might fail, you're like, yeah, fuck that. You find the future where you succeed, and the DC is 20, so you do succeed.
Hell yeah.
To be clear, as the illusion of the night sky lit up by the full moon appears around the thing, you hear the device begin to activate, kind of spiraling outwards and kind of into the well itself, revealing the entrance. Let me go and make that not visible. I also would have accepted a casting of Moonbeam.
Ha, I figured.
Moonbeam.
None of us
That's
have
nice.
that, I don't think.
I know.
You
We
see
don't
that
have an
there
ancient
is
paladin.
a very long
Or
shaft leading
druid.
down, down, down below.
Does that shaft have enough width for my wingspan?
Nope.
Can would I be able to use my wings to slow my fall?
No.
Okay, I will swap out my cloak until I reach the bottom for my cloak of feather falling then.
All right.
Does that shaft have enough width? Today I am 3.
Okay. It will look at Paul from outside the square. That is a square. Is it open?
It is open. And then, would I be able to hold on to my broom of flying vertically and move down like that?
With a successful acrobatics test.
You're all being all super fucking fancy. I'm just gonna actually crawl down the damn thing, because you said that there's a ladder, right?
There's a ladder, yes.
Man, you're
Yeah,
crawling
I'll
down
do the
ladder.
ladder as
Hold
well.
on,
I'm
John.
gonna climb down it.
Oh, there's a ladder?
I'm gonna fucking...
Yeah. Maybe we
Oh,
should have
oh.
someone sneakily go down first.
See ya, dummies. I'll roll stealth. Did you say that? See ya, dummies.
So John goes down first.
Yeah, and I'm gonna roll you a stealth.
All
It's
right.
10 now with the poncho.
Yeah, the show.
For my benefit.
Oh, you know what?
Go from here up
Oh.
in line with your marching order.
Where was the start? Sorry.
You're the start. 'Cause you're
I'll
the
be
captain.
second.
Okay. Okay, fair. Yeah, fair.
I said the show was going down right after as well. So
Oh, sorry.
Floof was closer though.
Floof crawls down on the other side of the ladder using that tabaxi climb speed.
Where do you want to be?
Renee will be near the end, so she can just jump and feather fall down.
Alright,
Get
and
down there in what, 2
Vaz?
rounds?
Because Dinar's gonna be right next to you, Vaz. But
I was impulsive, so I won't.
say again.
Renee is really gonna wait for us to reach the bottom before going down, just to make sure.
Just to make sure.
Alright.
John,
Is there any
Real
traps?
quick,
I don't hear any fireballs yet.
Vaz is trying to talk. What are you saying, Vaz?
Said I don't care.
All right. Well, I'll put you at the end then. So we'll do dupe, and we'll do dupe, and then we'll do dupe, and then you can go right. You can go right there. That's
So-
my marching order. Okay.
and
What is your
John
stealth?
will go, it's like, alright, give me a moment. Let me get like 20 feet down ahead of you. I'm at 24, very nice. Plus 10, guy. 24 stealth.
All right. This map is gonna be a bit to load. I'm gonna
No
make it
fun.
visible. The map is now visible. I'm gonna force you guys here. I need to go make the area you're currently going to fogged revealed first, though. But yeah, that is the thing.
This is a chunky map.
Yes.
This is
Oh,
a
of course! The water!
damn boy.
Green dragons are amphibious. That's how Starenwraith entered her lair, through that fountain in the middle, isn't it?
Damn, boy. It's a thick map. It's a thick ass map.
holy shit!
All right. Let me just control F and once more, so you guys are focused on the actual area you're gonna be entering. But there's that. Control C. Go to the music and clear the ambience. Play the new ambience. There we go.
So sneaky.
I'll send Minerva down with John first. She's invisible and sneak.
All right. There you are. Where is? There it is. Okay. Anyway, let me go
By the
make
way,
sure what's on this floor. Because with the size map, again, I didn't put any of the tokens down because I didn't want to make it huge.
A fun note about John's Mage Hand is that it does also that acts like it could actually hold him up and is climbing down the ladder.
Very fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one thing of note. This map I actually built with a different map creation method. I actually built it mostly in Photoshop.
Interesting.
So like all the walls and stuff, those are built in Photoshop. The shadows are built in Photoshop, so they have a bit more dynamic shadows to them. Because like if you see this here, it's slowly feathers outwards. So
I need
looks better.
3 more.
That sounds like a lot more work, though.
It was. That's why this map took me like 4 days.
Oof.
Yeah.
Worth it though?
I wouldn't say like 4 actual days. I built it over 4 days, so it was more like an 8 hours of work. But I would say so. I think this method's solid if I want to make some really fancy stuff. Like once you guys get into the caverns, they look really cool.
Ooh.
But yeah, that is.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time working on.
I am still loading.
John.
Yeah. When you are loaded, give me ours.
I'm loaded.
In map tools. Or not map tools, specifically in Discord. Yes, the ones who cannot access map tools. I do not care.
Alright, nope. Joke's on you. You get a fuck die. 10. I'm here.
Yes. A fuck die. The good old fuck die.
Yes, fuck die. I can't wait for that to actually roll fuck, and that's what kills John.
I can't remember what 20 is on that.
I don't think it's anything.
If it is, it's like fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. It should 100% be fuck yeah. But the yeah is in like parentheses.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And no, I didn't decide to go last because of trap checking with you guys. It's because if you're in a fight down there, I can get down there quicker than anyone else by just jumping. But I need the shaft to be clear.
Yeet.
All right, this is a test. I'm just making sure that the fuck works.
So what I'm hearing is Renea just wanted the shaft themselves.
I mean,
You're not wrong.
I mean, she was really, concerned about, the width and the size of the shaft. Just throwing that out
as well
there.
as the length. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Sage, is it dark in there, by the way?
Oh yeah.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Joke's on you.
So there are torches in the room you're in. I'm waiting for everyone to load before I describe it. But yeah.
Okay. I was making sure we didn't have to cast a light on our way down or something.
No, the shaft itself has natural light, but you guys are kind of blocking the tunnel, so it's kind of dark in the shaft itself because it's like 80 feet climbing down. But yeah.
Is Tiana a human?
Tiana is human, yes. But she does have
so
dark
we have.
vision.
Oh, okay. So we have 2 people without dark vision.
Technically, I think she has devil sight actually.
Hey, high five.
Wait, she's a Sorlock?
No.
No.
She is a sorcerer, but she has devil sight.
Interesting.
Deal with it.
I was about to say, Sorlock, that's pretty respectable. Let me deal a bunch of Eldritch Blast damage for 10 turns because it only costs 1 sorcery point per turn to do it twice.
Right. Well, I have 1 R thus far, plus John's dice of fuck, so that's 2.
Okay.
3, since I'm on stream.
So that's 3.
I'm at 318.
Somebody remind me.
214.
Oof.
I need to remember to build that sheath covering for the revolving chambers so that those lights don't glow.
You sure?
I've not done that yet. I know because I've not specified me doing that yet.
No, I was
So
like,
I
you sure you want to
assume-
hide the lights? You sure about that? Lights pretty.
They are pretty. Sage. My gun is goddamn RGB.
Yes.
My gun is RGB. But and for sneaking, I assume you'll use that against me.
Oh yes.
So, Which is why right now it's on my back. Of course it is. I can't. Actually, the mage hand could hold it down. It's on my back though. Mage hand, all powerful.
I shall be back.
All right. Well, you're loaded first, John.
Howdy.
So we're gonna, since you're actually the one to reach the bottom and all that, we can do the description. As you descend the ladder, about 2
I'm in.
minutes of climbing. Haha! 2 minutes of climbing down, you eventually reach the bottom. The slick stone floor seems to have a layer of grime, of some form of like strange lichen or moss upon it. The floor itself is scattered with bones, and there are stains of blood within it, kind of pouring within the cracks between the different pieces of stone that form this cobbled path. On the west and east side of the hall are a set of torches, 2 each. They get off some minor light within the area that allows those who might not have dark vision the ability to see. The far end, kind of pointing towards it via the pillars on the west and east side, there is a pit carved within the stone that descends down and down below. You can see that this pit has more and more bones than just immediately in front of you, and that there appears to be a skull at the 3rd step down.
Rattle me bone.
Yep. Currently, your angle does not allow you to see down further into the pit there, but yes, that is what you immediately see as you descend.
John will, unless I have to reroll stealth, he will telepathically, with his thoughts, tell him to watch their step. It's a bit slick. Trying to step on bones. He will kind of tiptoe his way around, trying to not step on bones. It's the 30 feet I have.
With the news that it takes basically 2 minutes to climb down, Renea will change her order to be behind Vaz and Donar. So she can keep watch at the top and then get down there in 12 seconds with Featherfall.
I mean, unless you guys are going one down and 80 feet later, so 2 minutes later you're going down again and then again, you're all going down at the same time. Just, like 5 feet behind one another, so you wouldn't really be able to change your position.
Alright then.
Like, if you guys wish to particularly do it one at a time, I'm fine with you changing position, but otherwise it wouldn't really work.
Does Tiana... Yeah, that's why I have Featherfall, just in case I do fall. So I don't knock off poor Tiana.
Yeet.
Yes. There's a thick pool of blood next to you right there, with some more bones. All appear to be humanoid in nature, to be clear.
How can I roll to see how fresh?
Roll me medicine.
Medicine! I was hoping survival. Okay.
Can I give him the help action through the telepathic bond?
You do not have a visual share senses, you only have a telepathic thoughts there, so that is not enough to allow that sort of thing.
Okay. Medicine.
Medicine.
That's a pool of blood.
Indeed, a pool of blood. A lot of bones,
that is
too.
a pool.
Make me a perception check, John.
Oh, cool.
At this point, the show would reach the bottom. Obviously, I'm nervous with you, too.
Alright.
7 again. If I roll one more of these, I'm a lucky boy. No, wait. Sorry, that's a 21. I thought the first one.
21
it's
perception.
a little weird.
Alright, let me scroll out real quick. And you go into DM view for your map, because I cannot see anything in player view. Alright. You hear something. It's somewhat faint, but it kind of echoes, and it's coming from down below. Let me grab my cup for echoing benefits.
So, here's what John's going to do. He's going to, after hearing that, he's going to tell everybody to stop, telepathically, hold your movements. And if I can pull up your, or if you know off the top of your hand, the rules for quieter spell casting. Basically, well, I can probably get this through the map. or the calendar. I want to very quietly cast Thaumaturgy to snuff all the torches.
Yeah. Well, Thaumaturgy is purely a verbal, so that is only one concentration saving throw for me.
Okay, cool.
It only has verbal, so you only have to make a single DC 15.
And it's a concentration?
It's a concentration save, so it's Constitution, essentially.
Joke's on you. I have advantage versus concentration.
And I would say you have to roll, as well as that, the sleight of hand, but no one's really, nearby.
Well, no, so does my Warlock Pact that gives me advantage on concentration work on this too? Oh.
This is a concentration saving throw. So if
Sick.
it provides you bonuses on concentration saving throws, you have the benefit.
Just wanted to...
Oh, they changed that, so it wasn't just Tome Lock. It used to be in the UA.
Joke's on you.
I'm gonna be right back.
Yeehaw, baby. ADV. Oh, Jesus Christ. That wasn't right. Okay.
It's 1d20 ADV.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would explain that. Okay, so we'll just take those first two. So it's a... Oh, wait, it's at the bottom. Sorry. It's... How it, like, deletes your message is so weird to me. Okay, then, yeah, so that's a 13.
The spell fails. Does not go off.
Son of a bitch. Okay, heal. Do I have more time to try again, or...
Try again, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, your limit on time is how long Renea's arms can hold her up, so...
You can stand on a ladder.
Yeah, Thaumaturgy is only an action casting, so it only took you, 6 seconds to do that. So, just show was still down at the bottom, but the line is getting closer to you.
I did tell them to stop.
True. But they were closer to you since I last moved them, so...
True. Hopefully I did that correctly this time. God, son of a bitch.
Once more, the spell fails. Would you like to do it subtly rather than entirely silent?
I'm giving it one last try. I'm a stubborn man.
All right.
Renea, my arms are killing me, John.
You use your feet, you dummy.
They're still killing me.
God. You ever stand up? You need to do more fucking cardio instead of them wings.
Oh, she's fine for cardio.
Would you like to use Destiny?
You hear telepathically, John, what's the holdup?
I'm bad at magic.
Hear this, John.
It's like... You're doing that to make me use the Destiny, and guess what? It worked.
Okay. You realize you could have just extinguished the torches manually in the same amount of time, right?
Or I need you to understand
the principle.
It's the fucking principle.
Alright, with a 20 total,
down there.
the spell goes off silently entirely as the lights dim.
Or you could have gotten Paul down there, who knows control flames, which is somatic only.
This was an absolute shit show. Yeah, he is going to entirely. He's going to go. I apologize. I'm bad at magic. There's something growling, and again, this is all telepathic, so there's no reason why he's whispering, but he's whispering telepathically. Everything is that he's just going to try to, step behind him. Kind of just creep over to sit behind a pillar.
Meanwhile, Minerva's been sitting there watching you, judging.
Watching me try to...
The rest of the party make the way down the ladder.
Show is going to creep be careful. Also hide behind a pillar, but kind of on the inside of the pillar instead on the outside.
Alright. Eventually you guys make your way fully down.
Paul is going to crouch in the corner and use minor illusion to create like I guess, an extension of the wall around himself, or to make an image of one.
All right.
Or I guess
Ada.
to make this instead of like a 90-degree corner, like an angled corner.
Your high passive perception, Ada, reveals that your high passive perception does not work for hearing, so never mind. You are deaf. You hear nothing.
You are deaf. You hear nothing. I just wanted to remind you.
The only one who has a decent enough perception to hear this is deaf. All right.
This is going well, don't you think?
Floop's just vibing in the middle of the room while everyone's like hugging the walls. It's going great.
Yeah,
So,
a moment
who do we want to
passes,
send ahead? Scout.
And the growling continues once more as it kind of reverberates through the chamber, but no movement. You don't hear anything moving.
John will kind of creep up to the other closer pillar and like look down into the pit.
As you look down, let's see here. Token layer. Here we go.
120 dark vision?
Renea will take the opportunity
vision.
to change back
120.
over her cloak to the one of protection.
Alright, you see that it kind of extends deeper into the dungeon, but it is angled so you only see about that far.
Oh, okay.
But it does kind of curve down and continues onward.
I'll use Minerva to get a full angle sweep, like basically John's position, but make it a circle-ish around the entrance.
Alright.
So we get all that hallway, you know.
Give us the full bitch.
There you go. You see it curves in this direction as well. Doop and doop.
Well, it wasn't a monster hiding there, but...
I can see that you people don't know the magic of reverberation.
Yes, echoes exist.
Did you know that sound carries a long distance?
No.
Wacky ass.
Gasp! Who would have thought?
Yeah.
You're lying
Right.
to me. Are you telling me that if I shot my gun down here, I would make all of us like Ada?
Possibly.
Yeah,
Also,
well,
here's
that's
another
not
thing. I can't see shit. I have no dark vision. I'm blind.
Well, yeah, you actually see a bit because there's light here, per the light less or the shadow being not here, but that is the only light source that you have because John took out the torches.
Great.
I
I'm
took
used
3 rolls and a destiny to turn off some fucking torches.
Alright, so whoever is sneaking ahead...
You also gave me a villain.
I have
point.
no really high.
Yeah, I just gave you a villain. Worth it. Fine. Well, John's gonna keep his sneak. Fuck it.
Yeah, Jasho's gonna sneak down with him.
Alright.
Renea will be at the front of the non-sneaking portion of
How
the party.
sneaky are you? Are you like the only paladin
+7.
in existence not wearing a...
He's a Dexodon.
I'm a Dexodon. I do wear bear armor.
You do.
I can camouflage as a bear who just wants to hibernate.
Is Fluke gonna sneak with him, or is it just those two?
You're going to camouflage yourself as a bear who managed to break into this highly advanced magical trap that can only be opened at a time of the month that is not now.
Bears will find. Trust me, there is
Bears
nothing a
go
bear
wherever
can't
they
do.
want to.
So
He is a
Nothing's really
moon bear.
bear-proof.
as you
He
begin
fell in through the
to
ceiling.
sneak your way down the corridor, you can see it extends down further south. It also curves to the east, and the curving to the west mainly ends at an archway with a solid iron door.
Oh,
The
joy.
growling now that you're down here seems to reverberate more focused towards the southerly passage.
Minerva will move up with the sneaky party. She's pretty sneaky.
Joe
Sneaky,
Is Floof going with the sneak party?
Sneaky. She should.
No one's
Sorry, I
moved.
muted. Yes, I am going with the fluke party.
Paul
Alright.
is also going to go, but he's going to be on his broom, so he's not actually making any sound with his feet.
Gotcha. Alright, once I'm revealing some more fog for you guys.
Let me...
You'd also have this area revealed.
Bro, what?
While they sneak, Renea is going to attempt to silent cast light. So, you know, Vaz and Co can have a light.
Alright, that is a DC 15 concentration. Does it have somatic as well? Or do you not care about somatic?
I don't care.
Okay,
And it's
just
material.
DC 15. All right, you can see as you move further down that the tunnel curves further south. It also curves to the west. Down to the east, though, it seems to curve and in a downward spiral as it shows a natural staircase leading down below. Since you move further in that position, you can see that the growling seems to be coming from the west, and not from the south, and the west curves deeper in like so. And from your current position there, John, you can make out what appears to be stains of blood. And let me go reveal some more for the show since you're a bit closer now.
I would
So
like
yeah,
to
how
mention
old is
that
the
stains
blood,
of blood is
Sage?
a natural do not enter
You're not
sign.
really close to it, so I cannot reveal them.
Taking
The blood in the
shocker.
chamber.
Oh, before chamber? You can roll me a medicine.
Yeah. I have plus 12. Oh. 28.
With a 28, the blood in the previous chamber isn't too recent. It's not terribly old either. It's a couple months.
Okay. And then it only takes me 2 rounds to get light off. She'll cast it on a coin, and then hand the coin to Vaz or Donar. They can pick.
Donar
Close
has
your hand
that,
around
so
it.
We'll give it to Vaz.
Close your hand around it, and it'll block the light. Otherwise, here's a light source for when the
Light.
time for sneaking is done.
Oh, amazing. That is a lot of light.
You should probably close your hand around
I'm
it
closing
now.
my hand like right now.
All right. I didn't actually mean you move you forward, but all right.
Yeah, it's-
There you go.
Wait
You
until
can see that
sneaky
the
parties.
tunnel curves off to the west,
Timed out when I was away.
south, and to the east.
Hey, John, pick a direction.
You guys should check for traps, though.
I think maybe we should look around a bit before we go directly into the belly of the beast.
We are looking around.
That's what we are currently doing.
I will keep an active watch for traps, though.
All right, roll me investigation. I'll consider that your active investigation for the area. Now you can see that the northern tunnel seems
hit
to
him.
curve like so.
Before you roll, I would like to hit you with some of that guidance.
Ooh.
I remember this time.
Guidance has verbal components.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Not again. Not even gonna.
You hear once more from the western
Fuck you.
corridor.
It works. Fuck you! It works this time. He's guided.
I want to know.
All right.
I want to know what reverb software that guy is using, bro, because that's deep.
I'm just growling into a cup.
Ooh, yikes. 12.
Nope. Was that with the +4? It was.
Yep.
Shit.
Yes.
There's no traps. Perfectly clear. Perfectly safe.
Sweet.
It looks good to me.
All right. Let me go and reveal a bit more. As you get to that point, you can see that the corridor seems to continue on to the west, southwest specifically, but it kind of curves in a like space. Okay, that's fine. Kind of curves like so.
Oh.
I was on the object layer, so I picked up the walls. But it kind of curves like so. So it doesn't actually, your vision kind of ends there.
Okay.
For the eastern side, though, not really too much change because there's still the pillar in front of you, but essentially
John,
it's like that.
We'll also keep an eye on the ceiling. There are spiders up there.
There better not be one single fucking spider.
There doesn't seem to be any spiders, but you do notice that there are a few bats.
Okay.
Just basic bats. Tiny little bats.
Poggers,
Hey, buddies.
COVID.
That's a
Poggers
door
gonna-
for that first curve, right, Sage?
Yes,
That is
that is an iron door.
All right.
Poggers
She's
gonna
gonna
go
wave
over-
the rest of the party down to that split.
which split?
The first fork, with the door. Like basically where
Okay.
Minerva is now.
I'm gonna
So that way
open my hand and let there be light.
She's gonna cover it. Just put your hand on my shoulder. Follow me.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
Yeah.
fine.
For you, Paul, you can see that it curves around and continues down below with a natural staircase leading that way.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Iron door, staircase leading down, beastly growls,
Dynamic
cave going this
duo
way,
of
cave going this way,
dumbass.
cave going this way.
Cave.
Minerva's
Dynamic-
keeping up with John and Desho, by the way.
All right. As you curve around that position, let me go and reveal something. You can see
Oh.
something strange. So
Oh,
thus far, you've
fuck.
been traveling
I was with the
within
sneaky group, by the way.
I'll move you in a second, unless someone else wants to move you. Thus far, you've been seeing what
I
appears to
can't.
just be like
The
natural cave.
Is
Well,
with,
everyone should have ownership of your token. So, there
I
you
can
go.
bring you with.
Well, the map isn't loaded.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
saying anyone can move you.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have to be me.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
everyone should have ownership of everyone. But you can. Thus far, you've been seeing that the cave has been natural. However, as you curve onto the east, the northeastern path, you start seeing worked stone. Let me just reveal the corridor real quick because there's a lot of walls to erase. There we go.
Father.
My.
Followed the game.
There's no way you can see
And
that
what
yet, but
appears
I'm
to be a stairwell leading down.
Leading
Is
down.
Desho with us?
Yeah.
She's gonna kind of nudge him and be like, "Hey, do you recognize anything on this?" And
Do I recognize anything on this?
On the stairwell, or what are
in
you
the
showing?
worked stone, is it like if there's lots of like worked stone? Is there like any like things that he could?
Can I
take from
recognize
that,
the
or is it-
stoneworking?
Give me an architecture
From-
check,
Yeah.
which is lore intelligence plus proficiency.
Hell yeah, it is.
See, I know someone here is good at this.
He's like a dwarf, but not a dwarf.
Yeah.
Imagine if you
14.
was a dwarf. Oh.
See,
Advantage on
when
this.
you initially look at archaeology, or the archaeologist background, you're like, it's probably not going to be too useful. And then there's the show, who's like, you know what? We're going to dungeons. I got this covered.
Everything is fucking archaeology.
Everything is a ruin if you wait long enough.
All right.
And I've got a lot of time to wait. Oh,
My
this
total-
dungeon isn't a ruin yet? Okay, I'll come back in 100 years and then I'll have proficiency on everything in here.
Total of 14.
14. Okay. With a 14, looking over the stonework here, you don't really recognize any particular period of when it was likely to be formed. It's definitely not Gith or anything like that. It's Calbeshian in nature. But I mean, judging from the structures above, you probably assume about 100, 150 years ago. But I mean, who knows? You don't.
All right. It's the same. It's the same as the structures above. Probably about the same time as well.
I just realized we don't actually have to like walk back to like tell the others any of this. This is a neat spell. So to any of you who can hear my thoughts, get out of my head. But for now, we have three options. There's whatever's snoring down in the west. We have a carved staircase.
Quick
and-
thing before you continue. With Floof's passive perception, I didn't check that just yet. Down this corridor, you can hear the sounds of flowing water or flowing liquid. Kind of like a somewhat loud. I think the only one who doesn't
Alright,
is
you might bring
John,
it up.
who would have the negative passive perception, correct?
It's either 2 or 3, depending on how you read. So that's either 3 or -2, depending on how you read. He has a -2 passive.
Gotcha. So yeah, in that case, yeah, John doesn't hear it, but everyone else with you would have heard the water as well. It sounds like a small waterfall down this corridor.
So there was a way in from the waterfall. Well, so yeah, that's where we are. We've got that door. We've got whatever's to the west, that natural staircase that Paul found, and the carved staircase that we're all standing in front of.
Assuming the door isn't trapped and doesn't lead down, maybe there first. Question, Sage. Is south on this map the same as south on the last map?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So we really can't go too much further south or really west.
No, that That water sound that apparently the other three are hearing is most likely the actual waterfall.
Which means that this door here either leads to just a chamber that loops back around, or it leads down, or it's a dead end.
We should definitely go for the natural staircase or the door. Because if we're thinking in relation to the glowing pillar, yeah, that would be northwest of here. But that could also be what the snoring's coming from, something protecting it.
You would all hear at this point.
Sage just like making tap noises.
Our Father who art in heaven.
Does
hallowed
that
be thy
sound like
name.
a demon, Sage?
Thy will be
Roll
done
me
on
a
earth.
nature check. You would
Oh,
then
so
hear-
everybody hears Sage? Do they?
Everybody here,
Listen here.
do they
Listen
say
here,
Does
you.
everybody hear Sage?
Listen here.
I would.
You can't. You're deaf.
Now, if
When I
it's,
say
if
everyone,
it's in
I
his
mean
head,
everyone who is not deaf.
Imagine signing to a deaf
Man.
person. Listen here, you bitch.
Dungeons need to be more disabledly
Disabled
accessible.
Oh, what do you want? A fucking wheelchair ramp?
Yes. That would make this a lot easier, wouldn't it?
I mean,
I think the
I'll
monster.
call Asha. I'll get them to sue this fucking dragon.
I think the
anyways,
monsters that are
the creature
need to
is
have a-
speaking, so you know.
they need to be interpreted.
Should be in my corner.
Okay, whatever is down here is hungry.
I smell fresh meat.
That's whiskey.
You would then
So
hear
what I'm hearing-
movement coming from the western tunnel.
15. What does that sound like?
Some type of monster. Sounds larger than
Can
me.
I wait? Wait, can I roll to figure out what it is?
I don't think any of
Wait.
you have encountered this. Vaz could
It's-
roll because you're a adventurer for your backstory,
Oh,
but I don't think anyone
what
else
am
has
I
really
rolling?
encountered this.
Ah,
Nick,
good. It's not a demon.
Huh?
That makes me feel better.
It's
What am I rolling?
finally
I'm
time.
sorry.
Nature.
Nature? Oh, bless my soul. Let me check. Nature. That's not good.
Oh no.
Renee will communicate to Ada that something has said it smells fresh meat and it sounds hungry, coming from the west.
So it's not smelling me.
Natural 1.
unfortunate. Yeah, you don't know
It's,
what that is.
It's certainly something. And it's
Totally a
hungry.
zebra.
I think that.
No,
Don't get me wrong here.
it's a
It's a
zebra.
giraffe. 100%.
What the hell is a
You
giraffe?
telepathically hear a facepalm.
What the hell is a giraffe? Out of the way.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me
Renee
wrong.
is-
Okay.
You will all
John
Giraffe might be
hear
a little
calling out
John
into the
is
cavern.
taking his time.
Who goes there?
At
I
long
Oh my god.
smell
Pardon me.
you.
Pardon me.
Housekeeping.
At long last.
Out of
At
character.
long last. It is finally time. We are in an enclosed space, and I have
I
barbed
really
wire.
want to see your mom.
I am
I really want to see
taking
your
the
mom.
time to pull out the concertina bomb from my pack.
Renea will move Minerva
I'm ready.
back towards that central intersection so she can see down the western path. And
Right.
she herself will move up to that second intersection, take the dodge action.
While you are pulling out your your concertina bomb, and movement is happening there, and the creature is called out, who goes there? No one really responded, other than housekeeping from Paul.
Housekeeping.
The
Wait for
that
real?
that is
I'm
where
not
we'll call the
actually
session.
Stage, no!
Yep.
No!
Yeah, it is a friend's birthday, and they are doing things happening like right now. So.
Over.
Yes.
Tell your friend to be born on a different day.
Yeah,
Man,
come on, you
Jesus
got Dungeons
Christ,
and
my dude.
Dragons to play.
Anyways, hope you all had fun. We will continue the dungeon delve next session. I'm good for next week, so we should be good for then.
Wish
And,
them a very
but-
happy birthday from this group of dumbasses.
Yeah, but yeah. You all have a good one. I'm gonna
Good.
close the stream here.